the pressure to tell me about my future, present, and past. Who are you to influence your values upon me? All of the hard work, stepping on my toes, and put my back to the wall. Back to the wall, back to the wall, back to the wall. Thousand times from same respect when you. How do you find it so hard to believe I've got good for you? My heart and my mind will always follow. I would upgrade the will my goals, although that the two men can try before. But it'll burn. Maybe you're otherwise in your own life. It's your mistake. I'm gonna do my own thing regardless. My choice to make. In touch with my feelings, and I know my place. One show, on the other hand, both sides of your face. I see the world in a different light. Things not always black and white. Through all these years, still to this day, my heart and eyes see only shades of gray. Never trying to the words of the ball. Maybe that's why you feel that I don't belong. Always put me down, I think I should have gone. Can't you see, it's the world that can't be wrong. The world that can't be wrong. Now reality makes everything so nice. Better put it back about it right every chance. In my character is bleeding, bang on play. Let me see you motherfuckers, come on! Maybe you're all the wise and you're right. It's your mistake. I'm gonna do my own thing regardless. My choice to make. We're brothers of blood, brothers of blood. We share the knife. And now we'll see who is down for the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. We're brothers and sisters of blood. We share the knife. And now we'll see who is down for the New York Hardcore Chronicles. Down for life. Who's ready for a great show today, huh? Come on now. I guarantee, I can guarantee you that this is going to be a great show today. You could take that to the bank. Clock, socks, bagels, and locks. Go make a deposit. You know what I'm saying? Hello, my name is Drew Stone. Earthlings, cyborgs, mutants, slugs, thugs, pugs, punks, skins. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, where we talk about cool shit. And we are sponsored by, New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, The Texas Silver Rush, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, Your Core Hardcore Fan Page, DTFM Vinyl Distro, and the Gutierrez Brothers, Chacho's Tacos. What's going on, people?
It is Sunday shout out day, and I'm happy to see you. And I appreciate you supporting the show. I really do. What's going on in there? Shout out to the dude that challenged us for not wearing masks. That's a good one. Ray's talking about when we did the walking tour recently. We're all sitting there. There was like 15 of us, and some people were wearing masks, some people weren't, and nobody was wearing masks on the Lower East Side. And some dude pulls up and goes, "Where's your mask?" And we were like, "Fuck you! You want a beating? We will beat your ass. We're on a walking tour." Perv Griffin, what's happening? Nice to hear from you. Jason, it was great to see you yesterday. We're going to talk about that in a bit. Ruzio, all right. Checking in from Bremen, Germany, my kind of town. Maddie, what's up? You need to get Kangol to sponsor the show. I wore this Kangol today, special for our guest. Special, busted out my Fergora for today's guest. He'll get a kick out of it. Yo, Hegs. Oi, 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 brother. Yeah. Good. Thank you, Whitney. Yo, where's my mask? I left my mask at your mom's house last night, bro. Wait, you know what? I was going to save this gag for later, but we'll talk about, well, you know what? I'll save it for later. I'll save it for later. All right? Don't get your panties all bunched up. I'm saving the gag for later. Shout out, Sid the Kid, shout out to the corny Madball joke. Oh, okay, Sid. Bro. I give everyone permission right now to go on about Sid's Madball shirt, which he refuses to wear. He refuses to wear it now. What's up, Andrea? Yo, I was going through the pictures and I saw your Biohazard and Marauder pictures from Sundance. Yes. Hi from Croatia. What's up, Dennis? Dennis? Is that how you pronounce it? Is that Dennis? What's up, Croatia? Come on now. I hope you're keeping my girls in check in Croatia, bro. How about France? What's happening in France? Where in France are you, bro? Yeah. Yep. All right. Here we go. Come on. Listen, what can I tell you? What's happening with the Hardcore Shutterbug, huh? What's going on, brah?
What's up?
What's up?
I'm not wearing a mask either, so.
You're not wearing a mask. I like your gear, bro. Look at them guns you're rocking, huh?
Every now and then, I
Is got my it?
What?
Look at them tattoos. I never saw those tattoos.
I don't have to.
I guess you got to get naked. I guess you got to get naked. You got to get naked with you in order to see these tattoos.
Well, listen, we go. There's all sorts of rituals and things involved.
I got tattoos that nobody sees.
Well, I saw you had the big flaming pentagram with the 666 and everything.
Yeah. This flaming pentagram. Well, last time I checked, it was a monarch butterfly. It's a crazy world.
I thought you got it. Didn't they tattoo you at the Venom show?
I thought I was getting a demon.
It's a butterfly.
It's a moth. When I don't shave my chest, it's a moth. Yeah. We're getting everybody from around the world today, huh? What's happening in Dublin, Ireland?
Nice.
All right. What's up in Sweden? All right. Yo, little Luzaretsky checking in. Chris Corkum in Salem, Massachusetts. You know what? Enough with you motherfuckers. Let's do a show. Hey, let's do a photo of the day.
That's a good idea.
Hey, let's do photo of the day. All right. Now, you sent me a bunch of these, right?
I did, yeah. I tried to keep it to a smaller number, but there was a lot going on, as we'll discuss.
Right.
So.
One last it is Sunday shout-out day. Got to shout out May in London. What's up, hun? Good to see you.
What's up, May?
All right, here we go. Wrong answers only, please. Let's start with this. Here we go, yo. Boom. Here we go. Wrong answers only, please. Please only. Is that right? Is that right, Upstate? Yo, we got a shout. Yo, Upstate Rick says the monarch butterfly is the MS awareness symbol. Yo, I wanted, hold the horses, shut it down. I'm shouting out our brother, Upstate Rick, who's in the hospital right now. We love you, bro. You are a big part of this show. And there are no accidents in this world. That's why, for some reason, this would come up today, right? Crazy. And that's all you're going to see, people, because I'm not getting naked and showing you what else is on my body. All right. Is it AC/DC? Is it Red Alert? Is it High from Serbia?
I love Red that
Alert? Band. What's Red Alert? Is that a band?
I don't know. Maybe he's talking about his scarf.
Is it an Ugly People convention? Is it Brick by Brick on Crack? That's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Clutch. Good. That's good. Venom. Is it Nickelback? Kind of funny. Hey, dude, that fart was smelly. Listen, man.
He does look like he's stopping short as he's running towards him.
Right? Is it the Blue Man Group? Oh, what's up, Laura? You know what? Okay.
Laura.
Hold on. Let's do another one from what this is. No, I don't want to do that one. Shit, bro, you sent me a million of these, bro. Don't send me a million friggin' pictures when we got to do this.
Three is the maximum.
Yeah, don't help me help you, bro. All right, here's another one from yesterday. Oh, actually, I just gave it away, didn't I?
A little bit.
Well, I know what it is because I was there yesterday, bro. Shit. Is it Rancid? What's that guy playing? I never see what kind of bass is that? Wait.
Looks like a Fender.
No, it's a Fender. I didn't know Fender made a color like that. What kind of color is that for a punk band? You know? Yeah. Is it Homeless Poop? Is it The Exploited? Is it Sid's favorite punk band? Is it Green Day? Is it the Plasmatics? Is it The Exploited? Is it the Nice Cold Killers? That's funny. All right, here's another one. And then you got to tell us what this is, okay?
Absolutely.
Let's not. All right, here we go from yesterday. I keep giving it away, right? All right, here's another one. There you go. Perth Amboy Straight Edge. Here's some clues. People.
I didn't even know they had a scene.
Perth Amboy is in. All right. And here's another clue. Look who's standing in the back there. I see angry Scott Earth. I see angry Scotty Earth. And I see probably some drunk ice cold killers. All right, tell us what this is.
Well, this was awesome. And
oh, wait, good one. We have a winner. Is it the Amboy Dukes? Good one.
Yeah, that's a young Ted Nugent right there.
You kind of win with that. Is it a hacky sack game? Whitney, you got a good sense of humor. I got to give it up. Is it Miami Vice? Debo the Pro, rep that shit. I am dead. I am dead. I am dead. I feel nothing.
Undead Laura.
Hi, I am dead. It's always nice when girls say that to you. I am dead. All right.
Usually girls tell me you're dead to me.
You're dead.
You're dead.
I'm dead. All right.
Well,
hey,
this was the Stomp Out Animal Abuse benefit at William Hebrew Park,
which we never found out. We never found out if William Hebrew
William Hebrew
was William Hebrew a Hebe.
And Lanoka Harbor. Mm-hmm. There they are. There's the kids.
Yep.
She's channeling something. Her eyes, like during this show,
they were great. They were great.
She's,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
no,
like
they were great.
my favorite new band. That's Reaching Out. They're my favorite new band. That's
But
because yeah.
no, go on.
That's because I'm friends with their parents, so it's cool, you know. I get to. Oh, and speaking of which, all right. So for those that may not know, this band Reaching Out, right, is a couple of them. Here's another shot from yesterday. I'm kind of in this shot, but
That's all right.
One of the kids in Reaching Out is Beto, who was in Madball, and 25 to Life in Demise. That's a shot with that's Astoria Lou, Beto, me, and
Tim Daly.
Tim Daly, right? Yep.
Oh man, this was a great day. I don't even know where Lenoka Harbor, New Jersey is. All I know is it took us like 90 minutes to get there.
Bro, we didn't even know much less who William Hebrew is.
And
wait, do I need to? Should I add that to the list of bands?
William Hebrew?
Yo, we are William Hebrew. It's kind of hard, right? William Hebrew.
Well,
William.
Think of the merch.
We're William Hebrew, and you're not. Yeah, I'm going to add it.
But this,
you know what? We have to lose Scalpel because Scalpel's like a band.
Oh, there's a real band named Scalpel.
Yeah.
Oh man. But you know, I got to tell you, yesterday was much needed. You know,
it was
being
great.
around people. You know what's awesome? It was like kind of chilly out. You had barbecue going, so you had like the smell of fire. You had like the kids were dancing. It was just like it was so therapeutic. And all of our friends were there. Great bands playing, and it's going on today too. Today's day 2, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
And obviously, we had the show, so we couldn't be there.
It was great. It was a great day. I saw music yesterday. I saw 7 bands play yesterday. It was awesome.
Now look at this crew. There's a baby in there.
Yeah.
Shout
out to dude. That's the dude that he put it together, and we have to shout out. Hold on, Laura, who was involved in it too, right?
Of course, Laura is awesome, and she really she's like the ambassador, you know, and Jay that's Jay Beluski with the baby, who he put the thing together.
Wait, I got a shot of him and the kid. Now
I hope that kid had earplugs on. I kept thinking that all day.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, whatever, man. Listen,
come on,
you know?
Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that.
Jay Beluski, right?
Yep. He said, I think it says "Oi" on the
Jay
side. Jay
Beluski, right, Rat?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Rat Bones.
Hold on. Whoa. Let me get one in.
Rat Bones!
What's up, bro?
I think you snuck in too there.
Very entertaining.
Yeah. I want to shout out Jay, and I want to shout out Laura, who did a great job yesterday. It was a lot of fun. It was like amazing. It was like amazing.
It was real, and people were people were slamming and bumping into each other, and it was great. It was so good.
Hey, Daisha, he gave me some stickers for you, hon. He gave me like was it for you or Lori? He had stickers that he gave to me for you guys.
What, if I may ask, Daisha, what is the origin of the name, the Team No Head in the Oven?
I don't know if we want to get into all that.
Oh,
right
okay.
Start your own fucking show.
I'd rather just stay on the sidelines where I am right now.
Here's a good picture, man. This is a cool one from yesterday that you took.
Okay.
Boom.
Nice.
Davey Gunner.
Look at that.
Davey Gunner from Kraut and Big Joe from the Ice Cold Killers.
We had a blast. We had such a blast, and the Ice Cold Killers were having a lot of fun. They were definitely having a lot of fun being out and playing and drinking. And
you got gear? I got my
koozie.
What's that called?
That's a koozie.
Cold Killers hat. Represent.
Yeah, look at this.
Yo, they gave me. Look what I got. I got one of these hats. But yo, look at these hats, bro. How do you wear a hat like this, bro? Like, What is that?
Oh, BJ in the bear hat right there, man.
Bro, it looks like I'm like, yo, no disrespect to the late great no disrespect to the late great Ricky Powell, but like I'm channeling Ricky Powell here. Like, yo,
MC
what's
Stone, what's up?
Yo, we all dressed in black. We snuck up around the back. Eggs they crack. Like, yo, what's up?
See, you're lucky. You
like,
have the kind of head where you could actually move the hat around.
Let's get something straight. This doesn't work for me. This works for me.
Oh, that's funny.
One last one.
One more for the road.
One more time. One mo for the road. One schmo for the road. There you go. That's me and the Ice Cold Killers.
Yes,
that's great. That's a great shot.
That's the Stone Cold Killers right there.
Listen, bro, those guys drink more than I don't think I didn't know humans could drink that much.
Yeah. No, they were definitely having a great time.
They set up next to me, man, at the merch area. But like by the time they went on, I think they were so plowed. They were like, "What? Wait, we got to play too?" Like,
yeah,
it sucks. They were great, man.
Oh man,
it was awesome. Great day.
What? It really was. And you know what? I one thing I will say, I really enjoyed that band One Sided. It was their very first show. And
I got to shout out these guys that Faded Line, yo.
Oh, Faded Line.
They're playing today.
So you know what? I think this was the third Stomp Out Animal Abuse benefit.
They did a great job,
and,
man.
I look forward to the next one. I mean, I'd never been there before, so I definitely won't miss them anymore. I thought that was really great, and everyone had a great time.
It was awesome. Hey, Rat, I'll bring you on with the guests later.
Absolutely. Hey, I want to mention something real quick because I keep forgetting on every show, and it's kind of popping off right now. I want to rep out my boys, Kings Never Die, and let everybody know I'm featured on one of their songs on their new cassette that's out, their new CD. It's called We Got Tonight to Fight, featuring Rat Bones.
We listened to it. We listened to it in the car on the way down there yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Cool. Glad to be a part of them. Like, they're really cool and great band. So, shout out to them, man. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to shine, do my thing,
Hey, man. All right. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Awesome.
All right.
Steven, I'll bring you back on later, huh?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yeah. I am dead.
I am dead. I must die now.
Okay. Well, what do you want me to do? I'll see you later. It's always a little freaky when a girl says that to you. I am dead. What do you want me to do with your body? That said, why is the story? What are you doing, Lou? Why? What are you doing? Oh, Rat should thank Larry. Yeah, how about that, bro? Yeah, I'll get on him. I'll get on him in a minute. You hear that, Rat Bones? Fucking bum. All right. Let's shout out some sponsors and let's bring our guest on. It is Sunday shout out day. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles live from La Ciudad de Nueva York. Calling out around the world. Are you ready for some hardcore bullshit? All right. How about the Texas Silver Rush? Jewelry design firm and boutique store located in the birthplace of the Texas country music scene in Fredericksburg, Texas. They specialize in working with musicians in all music genres to design and create unique one-off pieces, as well as to style them for stage, album covers, promo photos, and social media exposure. Their client list includes Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Greg Rowley, Ringo Starr, and of course, Agnostic Front. During this current pandemic, all information and online sales are being taken, their Facebook and Instagram page, and of course, www.thetexassilverrush.com. DTFM Vinyl Distro is a record store that specializes in underground music, punk, ska, hardcore metal, and more. Located in the heart of Fargo, North Dakota's industrial district, shop in person or online at www.dtfmvinyldistrict.com, where the motto is death to false metal. Meadow or metal? The Organic Grill. What's up, Vlad? The Organic Grill is a vegan restaurant located in East Village of New York City at 123 First Avenue. Featured in New York Magazine, the New York Times, and Veg News. The dishes have won numerous awards, including Best Veggie Burger. The following award will be presented for Best Veggie Burger to the Organic Grill. That bit's got to be getting old. I've done it like 6 times already. They make their own. They make their own cheeses, sausages, and burger patties, and every dish on the menu could be made gluten-free. I'll tell you something about this gluten-free for a second. Yesterday, I had about 5 gluten-free donuts, right? Oh, no, those were vegan donuts. Vegan donuts? Gluten-free donuts? They were vegan donuts. Basically, a vegan donut is just colored sugar. That's all. This year, they're celebrating their 20th anniversary, and they're all about having a great time while enjoying amazing, clean food. After 3 months of being closed, they're now open for deliveries. Get in touch with them. Order some great food at www.theorganicgrill.com. Man, time is flying. Holy mackerel. All right, let's get our guest on here. I know, I want extra gluten. Right, I prefer gluten. What is this? Drew has had his Wheaties of Bix. My Wheaties? Bro, I got my game face on today. One of my dear friends is coming on the show. I'm excited about that. You know what? Enough of all this. Enough of me talking about me. Let's hear you talk about me. Let's clear the deck. What the heck? Let's bring on our guest. Let's have some fun. Let's be DFL and all that good stuff. Get off. Here we go. Today's guest is a drummer and songwriter hailing from Canarsie, Brooklyn. He primarily is known for the past 31 years and 9 studio albums as one of the principal songwriters for the band Biohazard, one of the earliest bands to fuse hardcore punk and heavy metal with elements of hip hop. Please welcome a guy that put me on back in the day, no doubt about it. Took me around the world a bunch of times. Coming at us from the Garden State of New Jersey. Pick it up, Deluxe. Mr. Danny Schuler.
Man, that was some intro. I don't know. I got to live up to that. I got to earn that one.
You got it, bro. Just take my hand, bro. How are you, man? Hey, wait.
Good.
You see what I wore just for you today, bro?
Got the Kangol. Yeah.
An old school Fergora, bro.
Yeah. Nice. Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Haven't seen one of those since we were on tour. What's happening, bro? How you feeling? What's the latest? Like,
good.
How's the pandemic treating you and the clan?
Good. We're good. I mean, we're hanging in there, you know? Hanging in there, doing our best to survive in this crazy world that we're living in, you know?
Yeah, I know, man.
Got my kids. We're all here at the Schuler compound, just riding out the zombie apocalypse like everybody else. That's it, brother.
It's winding down, bro. It's winding down.
Yeah, I think it's winding down. I think everybody's sick of it. You know, we went out. We took the kids to Six Flags today out here in Jersey, and
nice.
Yeah, people are just getting sick of the masks and all that insanity. I think so.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's winding down.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, right?
Hey, tell us, how did you come up? Where were you born, raised? You know, was there music in your household?
Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, Canarsie. Yeah, there was music in my household. You know, my both of my parents were, you know, of course, big music listeners, but my dad was a very artistic kind of guy. You know, he was in the military, and he taught me how to play like military like snare rudiments when I was a little kid.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I did not know. I did not.
You know, all that kind of stuff.
Did your dad play drums?
No, he didn't. My dad was, you know, he's a bus driver in Brooklyn on DeKalb Avenue. But he was a musical guy. Like he was way into music. Music was always on. when I was a little kid. My mom's music was always on, the Beatles, Elvis, all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, music was around, but took on a little bit of a different meaning for me when I became a teenager, you know. But yeah, music was in there.
What kind of music was around? Do you like? I know you have, of course, you know, Joe, your older brother,
Oldest brother, yeah.
And
brother Rich, yeah.
So, were you under the umbrella of your like older brother's music?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the not just my older brother, but you know, some of my friends in the neighborhood too, like Mick Devitt. You know, Mick Devitt.
Of course.
Yeah,
these are your boys.
Yeah, my boys still to this day. And but yeah, my brother Joe used to go to like you know, punk and hardcore shows, you know, a long time ago in the Lower East Side and stuff, him and his friends. And, you know, he'd come back and tell me about it, you know, and that was like the first time I heard of like the hardcore punk scene in New York. You know, it was from my older brother when I was a little kid, probably when I was, you know, 10 years old or something, or 12 years old. That was when I first became aware of a hardcore punk scene, but I didn't really know anything about it. You know, I didn't personally start going to shows like that until the late 80s. You know, the mid to late 80s is when I was really exposed to it. So I'm not nearly as old school as a lot of the guys you have on this show, I'm sure. But yeah, you know, we had L'Amour's. That's what we had in Brooklyn, and that was where that's where I really came up. You know, L'Amour's was.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. I pulled a great. Oh, here we go. Funny. Somehow I had a feeling this was going to come up. So let's talk about this place a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, this is I don't know if anyone's ever seen this shot. This is an Easy Ed Esposito shot. I found that it was unmarked in my folder with some of his stuff, and I was like, oh wow, okay.
Shout out to Mark Schwartz leaning on the planter right there in front of L'Amour's right there.
Is that right?
Mark Schwartz was like the preeminent ticket scalper back in the mid 80s there.
Wow. That's awesome.
Frank at the door, I think. I can't see. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the style of all the white high tops with the acid wash jeans, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the look, you know?
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's got the acid wash like jacked up over the calves.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's, you know, I don't know if that's coming back, man. That might be gone for good, man. Andrea, shouting out Andrea Katz, the photographer, said, "Ha, Mark Schwartz." Yep.
What's up, Andrea?
Yep.
Andrea Katz.
So at a young age, were you able to get into L'Amour's, and who did you see there? Or paint the picture a little bit of L'Amour's.
Well, going back a little bit, my first real band that played shows was actually a cover band with a bunch of older guys from my neighborhood in Canarsie called Crystal T. What, you know this? You gotta know it? Anyway.
First band equals Crystal T. Of course. Yeah. We used to goof on this all at Crystal T.
I was like 13 years old.
I mean, fuck Biohazard. Crystal T,
Biohazard.
What's up?
But I was like 13 years old, you know, and playing in a cover band, you know, playing like Ozzy and Van Halen and all this stuff. It was great.
Uh-huh.
But I was a little kid, and they were all like 21, and I was like 13. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we played L'Amour's back then. I think 1984 or something like that.
Was it spelled like that with a K, Crystal T, or was it like it was?
Yeah, actually, you know, it's funny. Somebody just sent me a picture of what was that club by the Rock Hotel? There was another old club in Manhattan.
On the west, in the West Village.
Yeah. What was it called?
By the Rock Hotel down in the West Village.
No. It was in the Lower East Side. It was
Come on now, give me something. Give us something, baby. Come on.
Someone just sent me a picture of Crystal T's name on the
door, the marquee.
Yeah, the marquee of this club. What the hell was it called again? I never went there.
Was it not Gildersleeves? No, that was no. Hi, Nancy.
No.
It was. What was it?
Was it Gildersleeves?
No, No, couldn't have been. Gildersleeves was gone by then.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Gildersleeves. It was something.
The downtown Beirut or something like that. Or?
No. I mean, this is probably like 1982, 1983.
Oh, Gildersleeves was around. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't Gildersleeves. It was something else. But either way,
right.
they were playing shows long before I.
How does a band like that be like, yo, let's get this 13-year-old kid to play drums?
Well, you know, I knew them all from growing up in the neighborhood. They were all neighborhood guys. They were all older than me. They knew my older brother, my older brothers. But yeah, this kid I knew that played guitar from like Mill Basin ended up in their band, and they had a different drummer, and the drummer quit. And yeah, when they needed a drummer, he was like, "Let's get Danny," you know. And they were like, "We can't get him into the clubs that we're going to be playing," you know. He's too young. But I went and auditioned, you know, played like Van Halen
and you had a whole, like, as a 13, you had like a kit and everything.
At that time, I had a borrowed kit. You know, some kid left his like older brother's 1960 Japanese drums in my grandmother's basement, and you know, we like adopted them and they became ours. So that was the drum kit that I had back then.
Right.
But yeah, that's how it happened. Just started playing with them. Shout out to Hop Hopkins and Marty Pelosi and all those guys.
Who's John Scaglione? He seems to remember all this. John Scaglione?
Those were great times, John Scaglione.
Yeah. So Crystal T is doing its thing, and I guess
a great learning experience for me. You know, it wasn't. We didn't really play original songs, and you know, it was much. It wasn't hardcore punk. Actually, when I left Crystal T, it was because me and the guitar player wanted to start playing heavier music, and they didn't want to. You know, so
like what?
Like being a young kid, you know, to get out and play shows with a band that was, you know, professional. You know, and by the time I was 14 or 15, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna play drums for the rest of my life. Forget school, forget everything. And then I just had to figure out what I wanted to do. I had no idea. And, you know.
Who influenced you as a young teenager as a drummer? Like, who were your early influences?
There's a lot, but really the drummers that really shaped my drumming, it would definitely be John Bonham from Led Zeppelin and Bill Ward, because all I listened to was Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath when I was like 8 years old. And, you know, we listened to Kiss and everything, and Peter Criss, of course. But when I really started practicing drums, like when I was like 12 or 13, and my friends were like, bro, you have to practice. Because I didn't know what you did. I just thought you sat down and played. And I had friends that were much more serious than me playing their instruments, and they were like, you know, you got to practice, man. You got to like every day put music on by some drummers that are like really good and learn what they're doing. So I said, who's a really good drummer? And my friend gave me a record to listen to, and it was Rush, Exit Stage Left. And he put on the song La Villa.
Go big or go home.
And he was like, when you could play like this guy, Neil Peart. Yeah. When you could do his shit, that's when you're a good drummer. So I was like, okay. So I started listening to it, and it was my first time hearing Rush. And I was like, wow, this is different. And it was a live album. It was really good. And I started practicing to like Neil Peart drumming. But I never had a Neil Peart drum set, you know, with all the drums and everything. I was doing it on a little drum kit. Right. But, you know, that taught me to be more technical as a drummer. But, yeah, and also I really loved Earl from the Bad Brains. Was a big influence on me when I started listening to the Bad Brains, because his energy was just unstoppable. You know what I mean? Like what a lot of the rock drummers did was impressive and amazing to me, but what the early like punk drummers were doing blew me away. Like to this day, I'm still impressed by, you know, guys like Spit Sticks from Fear and Earl. You know, Earl stuff that on the early Bad Brains records, and Mackie and everybody else too. But there was a drummer in Brooklyn, you know, Louis Beto from Carnivore. Louis was amazing, and he was a big influence on every drummer from the neighborhood. All of us, we all listened to Louis, and he was incredible.
I got to tell you something, bro. I reached out to Louis the other day about coming on the show.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, I don't really have anything to say. I don't think anybody remembers me or what I've done.
Yeah.
I have to pass, Drew. And I'm like, I sent him back a text. I can almost read it right from my phone. I said, bro, you are loved. You influence so many people, Louis.
Yeah.
It's okay that you're not playing music right now, but Louis Beto from Carnivore, and he played on the AF Cause for Alarm record, influenced so many people.
He did. He was like the first real drummer I saw from Brooklyn playing like really good, like double bass and stuff like that, because I've never been a double bass drummer, you know?
Right.
Never. When I joined Biohazard, they asked me to play double bass.
Right.
I'm not a good double bass drum. I'm not good at it, but I respect it, you know, and I love that stuff, you know, like the Dave Lombardo double bass drum, you know. But Louis, seeing him with Carnivore early on, with his big lefty Ludwig drum set, but he was amazing.
And those baseball bats he used to play with.
Yeah. But he was just a very precise drummer, you know, for such a fast, heavy band. He really was a great technical drummer too, and like he definitely was a big influence on the way I approached my drumming with Biohazard, you know, for sure. And also at the time when I first joined Biohazard, Will Shepler was playing with AF, and Will was a big influence too. Will Shepler, you know, and the records he did with AF were, you know, great drumming, and the records he did with Madball too.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you know, it's interesting you should say that, because I mean, your style, just my opinion on it, you could just see you managed to combine, and I think it's a testament to to Biohazard's music, which was some of this and some of that is, you know, you could say you're a combination in a lot of ways of John Bonham and Earl from the Bad Brains. I mean, you have the ability to kind of play that swing, and also you could play fucking fast and tight, man.
Well, I hope so. That's what I always tried to do. And
stop it.
But you know, the music, the way we approached music in Biohazard, we didn't really want to do anything that everybody else was doing.
Right.
We, you know, always intended to make it more of our own, more different. We wanted to kind of help things evolve. We didn't want to do what everybody was doing. I remember Bobby Hamble saying to me, you know, when we first started playing together, he was like, look, nobody's going to out Cro-Mag the Cro-Mags. Nobody's going to out Carnivore, and nobody's going to out Sheer Terror. They're the best at what they do. He was like, we just got to be the best at what we do and bring it to another level like they did. And I thought that was a great idea, you know. I thought that was a great idea. And God bless.
Bobby had the ability to break it down like that once in a while.
He had the insight back then, you know. He still does. But yeah, all Bobby.
So tell us how did you get into Biohazard? How did that happen?
I was looking to play music. I just wanted to play. I was writing songs, playing guitar in all my demos, and playing all the instruments and writing songs. And I didn't know really what direction I wanted to do. All the bands that I was playing with were playing more like mainstream rock, you know, like rock and metal. And it was just boring to me. You know, I didn't want to be in another band that was just like all these other bands in L'Amour's. I didn't want to play music that didn't mean something to me. You know, I wanted to do something that, you know, had the energy and the angst and the emotion and everything else that you know, that I wanted it to have, that I wasn't hearing it from a lot of other bands at the time. And so I was looking for something. And one night, me and my girlfriend at the time were at a show somewhere on the Lower East Side. I can't remember where it was, but we went to go see a band. And you know, all the kids were online. We were all online waiting. And Evan is handing out Biohazard demos, as they did back in the day. Evan walks over to me. Me and Evan have known each other since we're like 10 years old, 11 years old. Mm-hmm. Evan's from my neighborhood originally. And he walks over to me. He's like, dude, what are you doing? You going to the show? I'm like, yeah, what's going on? And he's like, bro, I got to talk to you. This is crazy. He was like, this is crazy that I just ran into you. I said, what's up? He goes, we need a drummer. You still playing? I said, yeah, of course. I lied. I hadn't played in like over a year. I was like writing songs and playing guitar mostly at the time. But I was like, yeah, I'm playing every day, practicing, practicing hard.
Sure.
Anything. Hadn't played in a year.
I've been playing in Neil Peart every day for the last year.
Yeah. And my girlfriend's like giving me the elbow, like, don't talk to him. He's such an asshole.
That guy that delivers pizzas for Lenny and John's. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. But he hands me the Biohazard demo and goes, yo, learn this. Call me, man. We're at Sync the Pink, Fastlane, rehearsing this week. Why don't you come down and play with us? Come jam with us. And I said, hell yeah, I'll do that. I was aware of Biohazard. I already seen them. Like I said, I've known Evan since I was a kid. I know Bobby since I'm a kid.
And Anthony, let me just interject that Anthony Mio was the original drummer. He was with them. He played with them on, I think, that first demo, right?
Yes. Yeah. Mio played on both demos. And
okay.
I've known Anthony Mio since I'm probably 6 years old. I went to school with his sister. He was in school with my oldest brother, Joe. He's a little older than me, Anthony. But I've known Anthony my whole life. He's from Canarsie, too. I love Anthony.
Wow.
But, yeah, for whatever reason, Anthony wasn't in the band anymore, and they needed a drummer. So,
right.
Cut to, like, 4 days later, I borrow a car and, borrow drumsticks because I had nothing and go to my friend's house and play drums for a half hour to try to learn these songs on the demo. And then I drove straight to the studio on Flatbush Avenue.
To Mikey's place? To Mikey Ferrara's place?
Yeah, Mikey Big Balls. Yeah. Fastlane. And, when I walked in, I didn't realize it was an audition. I thought we were just going to jam, but evidently they had arranged for like a bunch of drummers to be there. And when I walked in, they had a guy up on the stage who was like ready. Like this guy was like, he looked good. He had everything set up. He practiced. I was like, bro, I haven't played in a year. I ran through a couple of things this afternoon. I'm going to ruin this. I didn't know it was an audition, but, eventually they got to me. They were like, come on in, and of course I've known Bobby since I'm a kid and Evan. Billy, I met Billy. I think when Biohazard first started, I met Billy at the Pink Pussycat when he was working there one afternoon.
That's right.
When I was just strolling through the village with my friend. So I didn't really know Billy. He wasn't from, the neighborhood where we were from. So.
And let me just toss in there that in that first Biohazard video they did for Panic Attack, there's a shot of Billy coming out of the Pink Pussycat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
But that's what happened. Went in and played with them, and they were like, the funny thing is, like, people talk about like certain moments in your life when things are going to change.
Yeah.
Definitely having like Bobby's guitar blaring in my face at that first rehearsal and Billy jumping around in my face on the other side, like, yeah, come on. And Evan in front of me, like, yeah, man, this is going to be awesome. Don't worry about it. As soon as the wall of Biohazard noise hit me, the mush of everything, it was so loud. I was like, this sounds really good. This is going to be good. It just sounded right.
Yeah.
And, we played a bunch of songs that night, the ones that I knew, because I didn't know all their songs. I'd seen them already. I've been to a Biohazard show before, but I didn't know all the songs. I had the first demo and I had the second demo. I didn't love all the songs on the first demo, so I didn't learn any of the songs I didn't like. They were like, hey, let's play Money for the Unemployed. I was like, I don't like that song. I didn't play it. They were like, who the fuck are you? But, yeah, it just sounded good. And they were like, Billy gave me the old don't call us, we'll call you, kind of routine at the end of the night.
That was kind of a good Billy imitation, too.
Yeah. But, Bobby, at the end of the thing came over to me and, you know, gave me like the handshake, and he was like, bro, you sounded great. You know, let's, you know, we'll definitely keep in touch, man. It sounded great. And I was like, bro, thank you.
We're definitely going to keep in touch.
Yeah.
You sound fucking great.
But yeah, you know, then they told me, they asked me to come down again, and we just kept rehearsing. And, you know, it was sounding good. It was just like a fun thing to be around. It was very relaxed. You know, I got along with everybody. I already knew everybody. And we were all from, you know, basically the same area, most of us. So we had a lot in common. And, you know, I knew a lot about, like, what they were trying to do. Like, they, you know, like I remember in the beginning, there was no like hip hop influence yet or anything like that, really, as far as the drums went in the band. But I just remember them telling me, you know, we want to make this band the heaviest band ever, and we want it to sound like all the bands that we love. You know, we want it to sound like a combination of everything we listen to. And I was like, that kind of makes sense. That's easy. You know, we can do that. And we just started rehearsing the songs. And
everything we listened to, if I may, Carnivore, Cro-Mags, right? Carnivore, Cro-Mags.
Oh, yeah, of course. All the New York bands, all the Brooklyn bands at the time. There was a great scene in Brooklyn back then with a lot of great bands.
Right.
You know, a lot of whom aren't around anymore, but there was a million great bands back then.
Sure.
And also a lot of the classic stuff that we were listening to. I was more like, I was more into, of course, like the straight ahead rock stuff, like, you know, Zeppelin, Sabbath, that was my thing. Yep. But I was also, from when I was a little kid, turned on to punk, and I was really into, like, believe it or not, a lot of like West Coast punk. You know, bands like Fear and stuff like that were like my favorite band. I mean, Fear is like my favorite band of all time, you know. So, you know, I brought a little bit of that to the mix too, you know, and which was a little different. But yeah, we just started jamming, and then it was like, yo, we got a show coming up at the Sundance in Long Island. Can you do the show with us? And I was like, yeah, sure, you know. And that ended up being the first show I played with them. I think it was in. It was that summer. It was like a couple months after I started playing with them.
What was that, summer of
89?
89?
89? Yeah. 1989. Yeah. And a couple weeks after that, we played CBs for the first time. Well, my first time with them playing CBs.
I saw that show.
Yeah?
I saw that show. And
I remember it was like September because the feast was around the corner. The feast was still going on, so it had to be like September or... Yeah. Yeah, it was like September.
What I remember being sort of a little bit of a first wave American hardcore guy, I remember seeing Biohazard play CBs and kind of being like, I get it. I get it. Two long hair guys, two metal guys. You know, you got chocolate in my peanut butter. You got peanut butter in my chocolate. It was... Yeah. I don't want to say it was gimmicky or I got the gimmick, but you guys, I didn't think you guys were very good. Mm-hmm. And I've told this story many times. I mean, okay, I get it. There's two long hair guys. There's two hardcore guys, which I guess at the time was Billy and Bobby, right? And then there's the two metal guys with the really long hair, which was you and Evan. And okay, I mean, you guys weren't awful. I just like, all right, I get it, no big deal. I just want to say,
it's funny that you mentioned that because when I joined the band, right? Well, actually, I wasn't in the band yet. I was just playing with them, but there was like a little word on the street. I heard from this a mutual friend of ours came over to me and they were like, you know, they kind of want you in the band, but they kind of don't want you in the band. And I was like, okay. You know, that's fine. Why?
Some Brooklyn intrigue.
Yeah. And she goes, well, because you're not a skinhead. Oh, you know, God. You don't look hard. You're like a soft dude, you know? And I was like, so what? What do they want me to do? Would it be better if I shaved my head? Because that's not going to happen. You know? And they were like, this kid was telling me this. They were like, they wanted a different kind of drummer with like, a hard kind of image. I said, that's not me. That's not me, But I guess they got over it because I stuck with him for a little while. So
yeah, well, let me finish the story because people are already sort of chiming in like, yeah, I saw your band back then. You guys weren't very good. Let me finish the other half of the story. Is that people are like, wow, that's fucked up. But I feel like I can tell that part of the story because the second part of the story is by the next time I saw you, you guys blew me away and you were incredible.
Where was it this time?
It was, I think the next time is when we worked together, when we did the Punishment video. Oh, no, it was before that. No, I went and saw you play before the Punishment video at L'Amour's or like right before we did the video together. But I'd like you to talk about that. It was a real testament as to the band's work ethic. Can you tell us a little bit about the band's early work ethic?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that made us a good band was that we worked really hard. I was really impressed when I joined Biohazard and was told matter-of-factly, we rehearse, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays at Fastlane, 6 to 8 or 6 to 9, and Sundays we do like 12 to 4, and can't ever miss a rehearsal. We're there all the time, And I was like, that's good, no problem. I'm in, I could do that. Like, and then once we started working on the first album, a year later,
sure,
we ended up Mikey's studio, Fastlane. He had an extra room, and we ended up paying him to make that our monthly room. And basically, we were there every minute we weren't at work. You know what I mean? Like every minute one of us wasn't at work, we were at the studio together.
You had a lockout on that room?
Yeah. We did after a while. Yeah, we did. We paid like $400 a month to keep that our room, kept our stuff there, and we could go there 24 hours a day. And we honestly were in that room from like 11 o'clock in the morning till probably 11 o'clock at night, 5 or 6 days a week. We played all the time, and Billy was very like, we got to rehearse. He was, no, but it's you got to respect Billy for having the work ethic to kind of show the rest of us like, yo, this is going to take us playing all the time. And, we have to get it down. We have to become a good band. And, Bobby too. And Evan, I mean, all of them, they were just amazing.
All you guys, man. All you guys. When I first connected with you guys, when we first started to work together, I remember you guys, I was absolutely blown away. I'd never seen it before. When in business dealings, you guys, if any money got made, if I remember correctly, I think half of it got split. The other half went back into the band, or maybe all of it went back into the band. I seem to remember half, but that was mind blowing to me because in my experience of being in a band, it was always, I want my fucking $20, and and all that kind of bullshit. And you guys, I never saw that before in a band. You guys had this power of conviction and this vision that we're putting it all back into everything goes back into the band. It goes back into equipment. It goes back into making flyers. I never was in touch with anybody who actually had like a big picture. Everything else was, wow, I hope I can get blown tonight and I could do some coke.
Well, a big part of that also was our manager at the time was Big Rich Frame.
Yeah.
Big Rich. If any of you from Brooklyn and you remember L'Amour's, you remember Big Rich. He was a bouncer at L'Amour's. And I still, he's still around. He's up in Anacortes, Washington these days. Shout out to Big Rich. I love you. But Rich was
first manager.
Yeah, he was our first manager, and he was a big part of that. I mean, we used to have business meetings in his apartment in Bay Ridge, excuse me. And it was really like a business meeting. Like, you guys need to have money in the bank to pay for the studio. You guys need to have money in the bank to pay for these Biohazard stickers that Billy wants to get. You guys need to have money in the bank to pay for the, Lion Coke bitch T-shirts that we just got made. It was like there was always something going on that we had to pay for. none of us had any money, but we would go play shows and just save the money and, you know, put it aside. And Rich, we had a bank account, you know, we had a band bank account early on. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, Big Rich was a big part of that too, and helping us organize and kind of like, you know, have a vision for like, okay, this is going to help you get to the next level. But we were a really hardworking band. You know, we weren't we were the first like 5 or 6 years of the band. We worked really hard. We were constantly rehearsing, constantly writing songs, learning how to record ourselves, recording songs, always trying to improve ourselves to get better. And, you know, we just wouldn't go out there and look bad. You know, that was the whole thing. Like, we weren't going to go out there and look like a bunch of, you know, fucking schmucks on stage. We wanted to really, you know, we wanted to be good, man. This is our ticket out, you know?
Yeah. And also
nothing else going on.
It was death or glory.
Yeah, nothing else going on. Nothing else going for us. You know, that was it.
Let's talk a little bit about the boots on the street, man. You guys, with the passes and the flyers, you guys were everywhere. I mean, especially L'Amour's, man. I mean, you guys, that's how you met Evan. Whatever, you reconnected with Evan, but you guys were constantly working the streets, right?
Yeah, and you know, I gotta credit, you know, Billy and Evan for that.
Yeah,
you know, that was really their thing. You know, they were always like, "Yo, there's a show this weekend. We gotta go. We gotta represent." And you know, here's a stack of flyers for the show in New Rochelle this weekend. We're gonna hand these out. You know, or you know, let's get the paint bucket, let's get the paste, and we're gonna plaster the Lower East Side because we're playing the Pyramid Club. Or you know, we're gonna go hang up posters all over Brooklyn for the show at L'Amour's next week. You know, we were always doing something like that, and it was always Billy and Evan, you know, who were like, "Yo, we got to do it. We got to go to the show, show everybody that we're there together as a band, and you know, represent." You know what I mean? Yeah. We were always doing stuff like that, handing out flyers, going to other people's shows, handing out merch, and just being there, supporting the other bands, and letting everybody know, you know, hey, we got a show coming up. We're gonna be playing. Come to the show. Come check it out. And it was really like a grassroots campaign, you know, and I credit a lot of our friends from the neighborhood, from Brooklyn and everything, for what was really helping us out with that too, because we had a lot of friends that really believed in us early on. And it was a great scene in Brooklyn, man. It was a great, tight scene with our band and a bunch of other bands. And, you know, it was great. It was great back there.
You brought up something interesting. And another thing that I learned from you guys, and I learned a lot from you guys, is that different people bring different things to the party, and that's what makes the whole. And you know, and this also holds true, you know, to a certain extent in Agnostic Front and stuff like that, is different guys had different roles and they executed those roles properly. You know, there was no, I do this and you weren't on top of each other. Like, this guy's handling this, that guy's handling that. And that really worked for you guys, you know, and like you said, Evan and Billy were out there in the street, you know, your strong point, you know, I mean, obviously later your strong point was fucking songwriting, you know, but you know.
Wait, you gotta get the phone?
No, I turn it
off. Your phone on silent?
Oh, no, you want to know who it is? Wait, you want to know who's friggin' texting me?
Who?
Fucking Igor from Sepultura. Igor. Hold on, Igor. Yeah, thanks. Hold on. What does he say? Wait, he says, "Oh, I remember Danny gave me some Biohazard stuff when we played L'Amour. Credit to him."
Yeah, I remember that too. That was like 1990, 1989. I remember hanging out with Igor and Max. That was when I first met him.
Crazy.
Yeah, we were always.
Usually I turn the phone off. It's all meant to be, right? We love you, Igor.
Love you, Igor. The best.
Yep.
Great man. The best.
Yep.
But yeah, we all definitely did have roles in the band, and you know, it was amazing. It was like when I look back on it now, you know, everybody had their role. Like me and Bobby, we were always thinking about the music, always thinking about songs, always wanting to do something different. Billy was always wanting to rehearse, always wanted to improve, pushing us harder. Like Billy was really like, he was like a taskmaster in the studio. You know, that's how Billy was. And Evan was just like always had ideas. You know, he always had these amazing ideas, and we were always like, "What?" And but he had a vision, and
I know, man. Yeah,
all had a vision, and you know, it was great. We definitely.
You guys were an incredible combination there, man. Like the personalities, it was really incredible, man. And
Yeah.
you know, it really was, and I'm just so honored to have been a part of it. And I want to bring this into the play here. Hold on, let me clear the deck, and let's talk about this a little bit, because this is, you know, this is where I kind of enter the picture a little bit with you guys, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, game changer, bro.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Urban Discipline. That was the record we wanted to make. You know, that was like, you know, after the first album came out, immediately I felt like there were songs on the first album that could have been better. There were things about the first album we could have done better. I remember all of us talking about it and being like, you know, we like it, but the next one's got to be way better than this. And what really set the tone for that was one time I was at the studio. It was just me and Bobby, and Bobby said to me, he was like, "Yo, we got to make a record that is the record that we want to hear. We got to make a record that changes us and matters in our life the way some of the records that we listened to when we were little kids mattered in our life. You know, we got to make something that means something. We got to dig deep." And I remember that conversation. And when we started writing songs for Urban Discipline, I was constantly thinking of those words that Bobby said to me, you know, like, if it ain't good enough, we got to make it better. You know, if it doesn't mean something, we gotta change it, and we got to have it mean everything. You know, it's too important to have it just be like some kind of meaningless crap. Yep. And that was the feeling, the vibe in the band when we were writing Urban Discipline. You know, it was really songs about like different experiences that happened to us or our friends. It was music that we wrote that was definitely, that couldn't have been done without the influence of a lot of other New York bands like Agnostic Front and Chronicles and everybody else, and Carnivore and Bad Brains and everybody else. You know, so credit to everybody, because the sound that we came up with on that record, it was something that was a little different at the time for sure, but it was a combination of you know, we learned how to do it from the Cro-Mags and from Black Sabbath and from like all the music that was happening in the street in Brooklyn back then when we were, you know, younger. Hip hop was coming to life. Yeah, it was everywhere in our neighborhood. You know, it was like, it was unavoidable in my neighborhood in Canarsie. It was just like hip hop was everywhere. So that became an influence too, and it started coming out in the music. And when we were writing the songs, we were like, man, let's just do whatever we think is great. And it was great to have that kind of freedom and to challenge ourselves to do something better than we did on the first album, because first album was good, but I knew we could do better. I knew we could. And when we started writing the songs for Urban Discipline, man, I was like, man, I can't wait to record this and play it for people and see what they think, because I think this is going to be great. It just felt like we were onto something, you know?
Yeah. And who would have thunk that record would resonate the way that it did, really around the world, man. I mean, around the world. And, you know, this was at the time where I was introduced to you guys, and through we did the Punishment video. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say that, you know, through Paris Mayhew of the Cro-Mags, who I was working with at the time, Paris directed it and I produced it through my company. We did the Punishment video, and the Punishment video was just magic. And I do remember that you guys had an incredible supporter in Ricky Rackman on Headbangers Ball. And Ricky played, he through sheer will got Punishment played on Headbangers Ball an unprecedented 14 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, you know, think about what MTV was back then in 1992.
Yeah.
To get that kind of like airtime on MTV in 1992 on a show like Headbangers Ball from somebody like Ricky Rackman.
Yep.
Who we didn't even really know Ricky. I think Evan knew him. But at the time, we didn't really even know him. He just kind of picked it out of a hat and was like, yo, this is cool. I'm going to play this. And then
he loved you guys, bro. He loved you fucking guys.
Respect to Ricky Rackman.
We loved him though. We had good time. We hung out. We had some good time with him. He was good people, man.
He's great. People. Amazing guy. But then Beavis and Butthead picked up. Once that happened, the Beavis and Butthead thing, that was like the biggest thing ever. Because I had random people coming over to me like, yo, man, yeah, I heard of your band. You guys are on Beavis and Butthead. I remember back then, we played a show with the Red Hot Chili Peppers in Europe. And Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers came into our dressing room and he was like, man, I missed you guys. I really wanted to see you guys. I keep seeing that episode of Beavis and Butthead, and I really it was like everybody knew who we were from Beavis and Butthead, you know? So that was like an amazing coincidence too. Look at this picture you just put up. That's a classic.
Yeah, look who just popped up. Tommy Conan. I'm on the left with the braided hair. Yep. What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Tommy?
This photo, I just want to say, this is an outtake of I have this whole roll of film. So I have literally like, I don't know, let's say 15 of these shots. And sure, everyone has seen the one where this is the perfect one. This is an outtake. This has probably never been seen before. But you could see Saab on top. I mean, anybody else you recognize in there?
Yeah, everybody. I mean, there's Kevin, Big Kevin. There's Minus, of course. Isaac. There's John from Boston. There's Zowie. Saab, of course.
Narc on the right. Freddie Madball.
Freddie.
Yep. Isaac. Beer truck.
Randy Bones. Roger, of course. Yeah, I mean, wow. It's incredible to see a picture like that, man. I have this picture. I have a couple of these shots at home that I look at it. I'm like, wow, it's amazing. Mind blowing how long ago it was.
Yeah. Yep.
A couple of guys ain't even here no more. It's terrible, man. I look at it.
Yeah. But this
my wife and I yesterday were talking about Tiny. Speaking of guys who ain't here no more.
Yeah.
Man, we were Claudine posted a picture on Facebook of Tiny a couple weeks ago, and I saw it, and it made me think about him, man. I miss that guy. Remember the good time, bro?
You were very close with him.
Yeah, that was my boy.
I'm gonna veer off here a second, right? Because that's what we do. But I know you and I have talked about this a little bit. But recently, I mean, and I'm getting way ahead of I'm getting a little bit ahead. But to make a long story even shorter, for those that may not know, I worked with the band for a couple years. I traveled with them. I shot a lot of footage, and of course, I was involved in the videos, Punishment, Shades of Grey, Tales from the Hard Side, Slam with Onyx, and After Forever, the Black Sabbath thing, which we're going to talk about. But recently, my sister was like, "We're selling the house. You have to come get your shit out," right? So I go up to my sister's up in Westchester, and I come across this, right, which is like an incredible amount of Biohazard tapes that I shot, all 90-minute tapes. And I think I found a whole nother box after this, but
that's
this
crazy.
Totally, incredible stuff from those years that we spent together. And that video that we opened the show with was I cut together from a particular show. But I also want to share this. This is from my personal collection from being on the road with you guys. This is some of my laminates that survived just from going out there, from those couple years where and boy, did we have some fun, man. It was incredible. Really, really incredible. You know what I found?
Yeah, that's crazy. Look, you got Biohazard Bad Religion in Argentina.
I was just about to, bro. I just looked at that tape the other day. Us in Argentina with Bad Religion, and it's incredible. Two full tapes. Hey, what's up?
You know Jake.
Yeah, hey Jake.
Hey, how you doing,
buddy? What's He figured out it's Drew Stone. Let me peek my face in, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, does he still do the good Drew Stone imitation?
Give me a little Drew Stone.
Oh, come on.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Do it real quick.
All right,
come on.
My son does the best Drew Stone imitation of all time. This is my son Jake.
No, he came up to me during the show, like I think it was in Asbury or whatever. He goes, "Hey, come here. I gotta tell you something, man. It's
Wait, do it.
I can't.
Do what he does.
So listen, I gotta ask you a question, all right?
This is true.
Did you ever see Star is Born? He never gave me eye contact at all. Like probably
he looks at the floor.
Yeah, he always looks at the floor. He's like, "Did you see Star is Born? Did you see Roma?" You know, like you're out of your mind, man. But yeah.
That's it?
And I can't remember doing it.
He's too shy.
You know what?
The actor here is too shy to do the imitation.
No, I was trying to remember the other stuff he said, but I remember you got to be part of this movie I'm doing. All right. So.
He was like, "Listen, kid, did you see Star is Born? No.
Did you see? Hey, fuck.
No, I did see it.
Did you see Star is Born?
Yeah, of course I did. I watched it a bunch of times.
You know what I just watched? You know what I just watched last night and today?
What?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Great movie.
Ooh,
great movie.
Man.
That's a good one.
Shook me up, man. It shook me up. All right, hey, bro, get your acting chops together. That same fakakta film that I've been talking about for 20 years. It just got a rewrite on the script. So I got a part for you, bro.
All right, sounds good.
All right, talk to you later.
Take it easy, man.
It's his birthday yesterday. 20 years old.
Jeez, wow.
Great musician too. He's great.
Oh yeah, look, happy birthday, Jacob. People seem to know. Yeah. There you go. All right. So
you were saying?
Well, I was looking for something else. What else was I looking for?
About the tapes, the videotapes. You found them at your sister's house.
Oh, here it is. So these tapes caught my eye. Like these tapes really caught my eye right here.
I'm afraid what you're gonna say right now.
No, yeah.
Whoa.
These really caught my eye. This was a 4-camera shoot that we did.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking that I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but this is already state of the world address. But we spent a month out there recording, and we'll do some of that. And then you guys played that show, show at the Whiskey. Do you remember what we did after the show?
Well, yeah, I do. But the date on that is wrong.
Is it?
Yeah. It's not February 3rd. That's March 2nd. Because it was after we finished all the recording at A&M for the.
So you're saying, you're saying instead of 2-3, it was 3-2?
Yeah.
That could be, because this is my handwriting that day. So it's not something like, so I might have made that, who knows?
But I remember we threw together a show in LA when we finished recording. And we had been there for 2.5 months. And we got there right after New Year's. And that was that show, The Whiskey. But I remember after the show, it was the last night we had the studio.
Right.
And we all crammed into the studio with a bunch of guys. And we did that, the other thing.
Stop right there.
Yeah.
Stop right there. I got a video to show. Let me find it. Let me find that fucker. Let me find it. I gotta know right now. All right, hold on. I got it right here. Let me find it. Where is it? Blah, blah, blah. Biohazard A&M Studio. All right. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Biohazard A&M Studio. Here we go.
Let me get some, let me get a lump sum. Let me get some, let me get a lump sum. Let me get some, let me get a lump sum. Let me get some, let me get a lump sum. Let me get some, let me get a lump sum. Let me get a little under my skin. I love to feel the hot vibration of the gun. It's a wonderful sensation. Give me colors, give me shades of gray.
Make it nice, cause take it to the grave. My love for hardcore was deeper than my skin, so designed to see it.
Oh, reflection up within.
It's not some kind of trend, it's a fashion statement. My body is mine, and I have the right to change its appearance. And I guess it's like getting it right. And I have another issue.
So let the hate be a task.
Make the lines clear, make the lines clear.
So let me get a little under my skin.
Let me get some, let me get a lump sum. Let me get some, let me get a lump sum. Let me get some, let me get a lump sum. Let me get some, let me get a lump sum.
Well, we're getting ready to track Biohazard's new release. We're in A&M Studios, Studio A, and we're just getting set. You know, it's gonna be a long process.
What up, D?
What's up, Drew?
How you feeling?
Here's the deal.
What's the deluxe update?
The chi energy is flowing through my veins.
How you feeling here in this
Such
room?
intensity.
Into the eighth read.
What do you got to say about this room, man?
The room is, it's a room.
It's very live, man.
Looks like a gym.
It's a live room.
Hello, Danny. I'm being told to play.
A&M Studios, man. I
Yeah.
think Charlie Chan designed this whole place.
Charlie Chaplin, man.
Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chan.
Charlie Brown. Number one son. Fucking. Yo, look at this board.
Billy.
Ding, 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 ding.
The studio tour, man.
We're gonna make a great record, man.
Tell him what's up.
For
Who's the
first time
man?
in our lives, man.
Shit up in his
Who's the man?
big board.
We're working with Ed Stasium here. Crazy Ed Stasium. In a room the size of a gymnasium.
And we're gonna be going crazy.
No.
You gotta do that every song. We'll never make a mistake.
Crazy.
Wow.
That Biohazard banner that was in the room there is in my garage right now behind my my son keeps it behind the drums back there.
I get choked up when I see that footage, man. It just brings me back, man. It just brings me back to a place, a joyous a joyous time, man, when we were living in the Oakwood apartments and going to A&M studio. And that was the room where they recorded We Are the World.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. We didn't belong in there at all. That was a crazy experience, man.
Let's talk about that record and making that record.
Well, you know what? You know what I loved about making that record was exactly how you captured it right there of us just playing together. That's exactly how we recorded it. It was completely live in the studio. You know, it was just like just get in there and play together as a band, just the same way we do in the studio or on stage. That's exactly how we recorded the whole album. And you know, I think that album really did an amazing job. Ed Stasium did an amazing job capturing the energy of the band at that time. You know, we recorded. I mean, I was done like in 2 days. I remember we went out to LA right after New Year's in 1994. I remember sitting on a plane and we were talking, and you know, we were like, "Yo, man, we're gonna be busy. Yo, Danny, man, you're gonna be recording drums for like 2 weeks." I was like, "Yeah, I know. This is gonna be nuts." And then, like, you know, we got there like on a Sunday, started on Monday, and I was done by Wednesday, you know, or Tuesday night. I was like, I'm done. Well, I got nothing to do now for the next 2 months.
Yeah, but I will say this. My memory of that recording process is you being right there with Ed Stasium. Yeah. Like, my memory is like you and him were like, you and him really connected, man. And
it is amazing. And I was completely I was amazed by Ed because he was always telling me stories. You know, he made a few of the old Ramones records.
Yeah.
And he made a record with Mick Jagger, and
yeah.
He made Smithereens,
Motorhead, the Dickies,
Motorhead.
You know,
he made
Living Color
record. He made a lot of great records that I love.
I know you love, and I remember you loved that Living Color record. I remember. Yeah, you did.
I did, because the same thing. I remember seeing them at CBGB's and thinking about, I was so blown away by how great they sounded in that room. And when their album came out, me and Mick Devitt were like, "Oh, the album's not. There's no way it's going to sound as good as they sound live." And then when I heard the album, I was like, "Wow, it sounds just like how they sound live." Who made that record? And it was Ed Stasium. And when it came time to make the Biohazard record, Scott Koenig, our manager at the time then was Scott Koenig. Shout out to Scott. He was like, "Who do we get to produce the Biohazard record? You know, this new album." And I remember the first guy I thought about, I was like, "We got to get Ed Stasium, man. He did the Ramones. He did everybody. We got to get him. He's the perfect guy. He knows how to do this. He's been recording punk and heavy records for 20 years already. We need this guy. He's the guy." And then when we met Ed, he was just like, he's an East Coast guy. He was just a crazy character with so much energy. And he came into he arranged for us to have a couple of days of pre-production before we started recording. And we were just blown away by his energy, you know. And he really helped everybody in the band to learn how to play better and how to do their best on this album. Ed was very instrumental in how good the album came out. I mean, we were doing the drum tracks and the live tracks in there. He was just encouraging everybody, like, "Yo, this is not like a demo. Everything we record, we keep it. So you guys got to play your best. Play it like it's the last time you're ever going to play it." And, you know, Bobby's guitar work on the album, you know, Bobby like took it to another level with Ed. Him and Ed sitting in there coming to all these crazy guitar parts. It was awesome. And then just the way he worked with those guys with the vocals, like you had a clip there of you know, Billy and Evan, you know, recording at the same time with the microphones facing each other.
Yeah.
That was Ed's idea. He was like, "Yo, you guys got to look at each other and you got to be in each other's face while you do the vocals, just like you are on stage," you know? That was Ed's idea. And that's how they did it. That's how those guys sang the album, you know? It was incredible.
But you guys, but it was exciting. You guys were on the big stage there in A&M Studios. It was an exciting. It was showtime, and you guys delivered, man. It was, and the pre-production was there. You guys did the homework. The pre-production was there. You know, we were staying in the right place. Remember, we were in the Oakwood apartments. Who was your roommate? It was you and.
It wasn't the Oakwoods though. We stayed in the Oakwoods after that. We were staying at the St. James.
No, I remember we were in the Oakwood when the earthquake hit.
No, that was the St. James in
Oh,
Hollywood.
it was called the St. James.
Yeah.
Before. Okay, so it was
So
me and
you're thinking of the Oakwoods on Barham Boulevard. We stayed there after when the earthquake hit. We were right off of Hollywood Boulevard at the St. James apartments.
I have all that footage, man. I had the camera in my hand when we went out the night that the earthquake hit. All those tapes, man. Okay, so you're right. It was the same. You're right. Now I remember it was the St. James, and it was me and Scott Koenig had a room, and was it you and Bruce?
Me, Bobby Hamble, and Bruce Manning. Yeah. Yeah, Billy and Evan jumped in the room by themselves, and we're like, "We're not staying with you." They were like, "We're staying together. We're not staying with you guys." So it was me and Bobby, and we had Bruce with us sleeping on the couch.
Right. It was me and Scott Koenig. Right.
Yeah.
And there must have had to have been another room because wasn't.
Well, we had Tiny. Tiny moved in,
and Bones.
And Bones moved in. So yeah, we were all there in the St. James.
Yeah.
That was a crazy, crazy time. But yeah, man.
Yeah, it was good.
That night, the earthquake, man. That was some incredible, unbelievable shit, man.
We're gonna have to do something with these tapes. I talked to Billy, and I'm already transferring. I went and bought. I bought a friggin' camera so I could transfer the shit, and I'm just transferring these tapes, and I'm like, oh my god. Like I open up a tape. I'm like, I'm not randomly doing it. I started with the whiskey tapes. But once in a while, I look at something like Guns N' Roses. What's this? And I put the Guns N' Roses tape in, and it's like Slash, Matt Sorum, and maybe Duff are coming
in the studio with us.
They came into the studio to hear the Biohazard mix.
Yeah,
this shit was heavy too, man.
I'm laughing because I told this story a few times, but I remember that day when Slash and Matt came into the studio and we were playing them some of the music. And I remember Slash was like, "Come on, let's all go to Crazy Girls across the street." And if you remember, right, when you leave A&M, we had to walk up to the corner to cross because nobody could jaywalk, right?
To go all the way down, you had to walk. Yeah. Crazy Girls was right across the street.
You had to walk 2 miles around the corner to go get there.
You have to walk all the way up to Sunset. Was it Sunset up there? It was Sunset,
it was
right?
Sunset.
Cross over and walk half fucking to get into Crazy Girls.
Well, Slash started doing that walk because he didn't want to jaywalk. Us, we went right out into the street, across the street. Being from New York, we're just like, we jaywalk all the time. And he was like, "You guys are crazy. We can't do that here." Slash. But you remember what happened? Do you remember what Slash did?
I know there was an incident. I'm trying to remember.
There was an incident. We got a little trouble. Do you remember what happened, though?
I don't. No. Give me
So we all went to Crazy Girls. We weren't there long.
I remember there being an incident, but I might be confusing it because I know Tommy Lee was in the studio with us, too, for a while. And that was fun. Yeah. All right, so go on. Tell the story.
So he wanted to go to the bar across the street. We all went over there. I think we had like a drink, and then it was like, this sucks. Let's go back to the studio.
Right.
So walking back to the studio, we walked back up to Sunset, and there was a gas station there with a deli. You remember?
Yes, of course.
So we went in there to get like water or some gum or whatever, and Slash stole like 4 packs of gum and like a pack of cigarettes.
I don't remember this story.
We're all crossing the street to go back into the studio, and the Middle Eastern guy comes running out of the deli like, "You didn't pay for that." And it was Slash. I was like, "Bro, this guy's got how many millions, and he's stealing 4 packs of gum from the deli on the corner?" He was like, "I'm not paying for it. Come on, let's go." I was like, "What is he doing?" He was crazy. I don't know.
Wow.
It was nuts. I never understood that. I was like,
I don't remember that story. I do remember
I think it was an accident. Honestly, I think he picked it up.
It was an accident. I'm putting this in my pocket. Ooh, it's all right.
He picked a couple of packs of juicy fruit,
Yeah, Slash won't jaywalk, but he shoplifts. I do remember, and I know we're veering off here, but we go where the laughs are on this show. I do remember Tommy Lee in the studio, and It was Tommy Lee, and he was with I don't know if he was with Vince. No, Vince wasn't in the band. Vince was out of the band at the time. But Tommy Lee had all these Polaroids, right? And he was showing us these Polaroids of these naked girls in the studio. And all of a sudden, someone goes, "Wait a second. Is that the piano? Is that the piano right there?" It was like,
I was like, I hope somebody cleaned that thing.
Yeah. Like these girls sprawled out on the piano. We're like, whoa, isn't that the piano in our studio? Like,
well, we had a crazy lot of experiences in Hollywood out there, man. That was just, I never understood that place. And the first time we went out there, I was like, this is a whole other world, man. This is like, I don't know, crazy, great, amazing. We had a lot of good friends out there, though.
We did.
A lot of good dudes.
Oh, we did. And we're going to play another video when we come back. I got to take a break. But that whiskey show that I shot with 4 cameras was the culmination of the whole State of the World Address recording session. It was like when you guys invited everybody that was hanging out with us in the studio for the month, all the friends that we made in Hollywood in the month that we were there, all were at the whiskey that night. It was sort of like, it was electric.
It was a party. It was a big party. Yeah, it was a good time. That was a good time.
Wheels and all that.
Wheels, yeah. Wheels did a comedy bit, right? Didn't he do like a comedy bit right before? He did like 15 minutes. That guy was crazy.
Hey, let me shout out some sponsors. I was having such a good time, I lost track of what's going on. So take a break, go take a whiz or whatever, grab a drink. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Right on.
All right. What's happening? It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Our guest today is the one, the only Deluxe, Danny Schuler from Biohazard. I hope you're having at least half as much of a good time as I'm having today. We are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, Your Core Hardcore Fan Page, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Chacho's Tacos, and Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards. Located in Lakewood, Colorado, is the Rocky Mountain headquarters for all things punk, hardcore, and metal. Established in 2014, they have the largest selection of records, CDs, shirts, stickers, patches, and accessories between Chicago and Los Angeles. From the pit to the ditch, they got your back. Get in touch with them at www.chainreactionrecords.com. Also, Debo the Pro and Lee Farrelly, New York Hardcore Comics, opened back in 2013 when lifelong friends Debo the Pro and Lee Farrelly combined their collections and obsessions for comic books, punk rock, toys, statues, Magic the Gathering, and all things horror. The store is located at 117 Main Street in lovely Dobbs Ferry, New York. If you want to support them during this pandemic, which seems to be coming to an end, contact them via email at newyorkhardcorecomics@gmail.com. How's that, huh? We'll save the other two for later. Save it for later. Shows. Come on now. Next 4 shows coming up this Wednesday. Mr. Alex Mitchell from Circus of Power. And before that, Crucial Truth. A week from today. Come on now. Brian Baker from Minor Threat, Bad Religion, Junkyard, and Dag Nasty's going to be on the show. And speaking of Biohazard, Rob Echeverria, Sunday, May 2nd. Straight Ahead, Rest in Pieces, Biohazard, and Helmet played on the Betty record. Week after that, Mr. Roy Mayorga, Stone Sour, Soulfly, Hell Yeah, Amoebix, and of course, Nausea. So, come on now. Get your shoes and socks on, kids. It's right around the corner. The New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. You should go live in the park next week, Drew. Yeah, I need that. Yeah. I need that like I need a hole in the head, bro. Why don't you go live in the park? I'm going to the park next week and I'm having a good friggin' time. I'm not dealing with this fakakta show. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a good time. I don't be dealing with the technical bullshit of trying to do a show. Here we are, Tompkins Square Park. What's up? You know where I like to do the show from? Right here. Right in my apartment where it's nice and quiet. And I'll either two places I do my apartment, two places I do the show, here and in Arnie Stone's place in Florida. That's about it, man. I want to mention this Saturday, yay, in Tompkins Square Park. You asked for it, you got it. Wisdom and Chains just added to the bill. The Capturers, Blood Clot, Murphy's Law, and Madball. DJ Frankie Too Far. That's this Saturday in Tompkins Square Park. Good Lord, man. And then we have the A7 Back to the New York Hardcore Roots sort of hype show. I can't call it a release show, being that the record got a little held up. But yeah, we could still call it a release show. Saturday, May 8th. Reaching Out, the Car Bomb Parade, Crazy Eddie, The Last Stand, Kings Never Die, and Antidote NYHC in our beloved Tompkins Square Park. So, shows are going down. Lenny, you're going to be there? I hope so, bro. You're playing. You know? In person? Yes, bro. In person. Music. Remember? Anybody remember music? You know what I mean? Yeah, bring it. You better bring it, Rich Zoll. You better take the day off, man, from Con Edison. Bring your A game, dude. I got to work that day. I don't want to hear it, Rich. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for an amazing episode. Well, thank you for spending the time watching the show. I love Biohazard. Okay, good. I love Biohazard too. You've come to the right place, Mr. G. You know, I'm off. All right, you better be there, man. Yep. The Capturers are like a reggae band. That said, let's get rid of that. What else am I missing? Oh, no, I'll wait till the next break to announce this. You know what I want to mention? Might be a couple of new faces out there. You might be watching the show for the first time and wondering, you know what? This show ain't half bad. How can I support this show? Funny you should ask. There is a Patreon page. There you go. There is a Patreon page. That's how you can support the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Don't be a lurker. Don't be a Hatreon. Join Patreon. Patreon is our community within a community. I post all, as a matter of fact, all that Biohazard stuff that I have been posting, a lot of it and more is up on the Patreon page. Anytime I post never before seen videos out of my archive and things like that, it's all on the Patreon page. So please support this show. Help me help you. Be an enabler. Don't be a lurker. Got to get that whiskey footage released. Hey, we're talking about Patreon here right now, bro. I'm trying. What do you think I'm doing here? Everybody wants free shit. I want free shit. Come on, man. Support the fucking show. You know? Yeah, there you go. Go to your mom's purse and make sure to send in $1. You know? Yep. And thanks to everybody. And thanks to everybody that does the community of whatever it is, 150, 60, 70 people. I think, what else? Oh, Upstate Rick, love you, shouting you out. Up in the hospital upstate. Faded Line, thank you for the gear. Appreciate that. Tompkins Show we mentioned. Instagram, yeah, you know what? Why not? Follow me on Instagram, you friggin' bums. So you can see what's happening with the show, and you can see what's happening with all the other crap that I'm doing. So there you go. Right now, reach for your phone. Reach for your communication device. Kirk to Enterprise. IG at Stone Films NYC. There you go. So enough kookiness. I think I covered everything. We'll do the rest. We'll do the other sponsors when we come back. Let's bring our guest back on. Let me clear the deck. Mr. Danny Schuler. Hey, brah.
Hey, I was reading comments. Everybody's making comments.
Yeah. You don't see that on your screen?
I see some of it, but I see a lot more on the on the phone here.
All right.
Mike Pooch keeps saying David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth.
I didn't see Mike Pooch is posting. Why don't I see
One
it?
of these here, yeah. I think he wants me to tell the David Lee Roth story.
Why did
I need that one for the book. I need that one for the book.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. This is the Agros, which obviously is Paris Mayhew, says St. James on Franklin.
Yes.
That's right. My bad.
Franklin Avenue,
My
the
bad.
St. James.
Yep. And of course, you know, I'm gonna segue into this while we're here. Let me clear all this crap out. Another nice moment that I want to mention. Let me get rid of all this. Hold on. Jeez, what am I doing? I'm losing my mind. Hold on. I know I could do this. La da da yada da gone. All right. I want to play a clip here, and another clip. I think you might have seen this, but this was a great moment. This was a video that I produced that Paris Mayhew directed, and this is a kind of a behind the scenes thing here. And this let's go to the videotape. Let me find the damn thing. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
So
What's happening here, man?
What?
What's happening here?
What's happening is my earplugs are so deep in my ear that I think they're gonna stay there.
What's that?
Yo, how do you hit that? What's that? How do you kick that film? Oh. Okay.
yeah, man.
Oh, you cut out my favorite part.
Wait, no, I'll rewind it. You know, silly me. I was
That's my
trying to
favorite
get.
part with Bill Ward right there. I love that guy.
Tell us about what this was.
The making of After Forever, the Biohazard cover of the Black Sabbath deep track. I want to say deep track because I remember at the time they were like, "No, that's too obscure of a Black Sabbath song for you guys to do." You know, you got to pick like Children of the Grave or Paranoid or a Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, which everybody had already done, and we were like, "Nah, we're gonna do After Forever. That's better. It's got like a Biohazard kind of riff in it." And yeah, that's how that happened. But the amazing thing was when we were in LA.
I remember this. I remember where we were.
I remember I was in my hotel room and you called me freaking out. Get down into the lobby. Bill Ward just walked in the lobby of the hotel. I was like, what? How the hell did that happen? And we all ran downstairs and there's Bill Ward from Black Sabbath in the lobby of the hotel. And yeah. We
were at that concrete foundations thing,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah, and I was downstairs, and Bill Ward.
Yeah,
Holy
you and Paris were downstairs with the camera, right?
Right.
And you were like, guys, get down here right now. We got to get some footage. That was awesome. Amazing coincidence.
And I thought it was a great time because early on in the show, you were talking about your influences. And I see, of course, right behind you right now, you know, is the Black Sabbath, the Black Sabbath. You know?
Oh, yeah. This is my autographed copy of Paranoid right here.
Wow.
You were with me. Times Square, New York. Remember when all of Black Sabbath did a signing in Times Square? You remember that? You were with me.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you were there.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. That's okay.
We waited online. I brought my album. I got it signed by the whole band. Remember?
I got a picture. Hold on.
Yeah, you probably do. I got some pictures too.
I think. Is that where this picture's from? No. Okay, wait. Here's a shot of me. I always wondered about this one. Here's a shot of me, Sharon Osbourne, and Geezer's wife Gloria. And I thought maybe that was that, but it's not. I think this is
I know where that is. I know where that is. That is at the Magic Castle at the Slayer party. At the Magic Castle.
What?
Yes, that's where that is.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Not really. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, you know, they could say, I'd say this. People say whatever they want about Sharon Osbourne or Gloria. She was always very nice to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny. Like, I remember the first time Biohazard toured with Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
We were on tour in Australia. And we flew directly from the last show in Australia with Pantera to like Cincinnati, Ohio to start a tour with Ozzy Osbourne, Danzig, Sepultura, and us. And it was the worst jet lag I ever had in my life. But I remember my girlfriend, Jessica, my wife now, my girlfriend at the time, met me at the hotel in Cincinnati. I hadn't been home for months and months. And I said, look, meet me at the hotel in Cincinnati. You come with us on the Ozzy tour for a couple of weeks, and then you go home, you know, whatever. So the first day, the first show of the Ozzy tour was like, you know, it was either Cleveland or Cincinnati. I think it was Cincinnati. And we get there, and when we get there, they tell us, you guys aren't allowed in the building. We're like, huh? We're playing. They're like, yeah, you're playing. You're playing for 20 minutes at 7 o'clock. That's when you're playing. And you guys aren't allowed in the building until then. We were like, really? We can't even like use the bathroom? They were like, no, you're not allowed in catering. You're not allowed in the bathroom. You're not allowed nothing. We'll call you 15 minutes before you go on stage. You guys are going to come in, play, and leave. So I go back out to the bus. I'm like, yo, they're not letting us in the building, you know? And I don't know who it was. Like, it was somebody that worked for Ozzy, whatever, but they just straight up threw us out. No dressing room for you guys, no nothing. So my girlfriend, Jess, disappears. I don't know where she is, right? Turns out she went into the arena to go to the bathroom. While she's there, she like walks into catering, and Sharon Osbourne walks over to her and goes, who are you, little lady? And they started talking. Wait, I can't hear you for some reason.
Sorry, that was me. That was me. Good Sharon imitation, by the way.
Yeah.
Little lady, nice touch.
You know, like 3 hours later, we're all sitting on the bus like, wow, this sucks. You know, we can't even go inside to see. We're only allowed in to play, and then we got to leave. And all of a sudden, my girlfriend comes walking on the bus with an all-access Ozzy Osbourne photo pass, you know? And she's like, I just met the nicest lady. She gave me this pass, and she said I could eat whatever. We're all starving. We didn't get any food. We're all dying, you know? We just flew in from Australia. We were there for 3 weeks with Pantera. It was insane. And she's like, I met the nicest lady in there. She said anything I want to eat, you know, I could go anywhere I want to. She gave me this pass. They took my picture. I was like, what the? How did that happen? You know, we're not even allowed in, but my girlfriend, she can go hang out in Ozzy's room. 20 minutes later, Sharon Osbourne and Ozzy's main guy come out to our bus, and she's like, guys, I just want to apologize. Whoever came out and told you that you guys aren't allowed inside, I just got rid of them. And we got a dressing room inside for you guys. You guys are allowed to go in catering, take whatever food you want, and anything you need. Anybody gives you a problem, you come see me. And she, I swear, Drew, she made sure, I don't know why, but she made sure that we were taking care of that whole tour. She was the nicest, sweetest person, man. I don't know why people don't say good things about her, because she treated us like gold for no reason. Like we were nobody, you know? We were nobody. We were on the bottom of the bill. It was like we played for 20 minutes, then Sepultura came on and killed it. Then Danzig, and then Ozzy, you know? It was like we were nothing. But yo, they fed us every day. They gave us a room every day. It was amazing. I think it was because my girlfriend became friendly with her backstage, and that was it. You know, that's to hook this up.
Hey, I want to bring Sid the Kid on. Let's do record of the week together, okay? What's up, Sid?
What up, Drew?
Hey, Sid, don't turn this into like the fucking Bhagavad Gita here. Let's get this done quick, all right?
Hey, unlike certain people on your show, I get it done. 1, 2, 3.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Sid the Kid, this is Album of the Week. Boom.
Boom, motherfucker.
All right, Sid, what do we got?
Kind of funny that Danny mentioned this said band right here. If you know what,
this Sepultura keeps coming up. I got Igor texting me. It's like it's time to do record of the week. All right, let's go.
Hey, it was meant to be, Drew. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
So what better way to talk about such a record as this with today's guest as this one? And obviously, this is Sepultura's 5th studio album entitled Chaos AD. I believe it was recorded at Rockfield Studio and Chepstow Castle in Wales. I believe in early 1993, then was released in September of the same year. Was produced by Andy Wallace, who also did, quite a bit of work with Slayer, Helmet, Rancid, Front 242, and the list keeps going on. And obviously, this also was released on Roadrunner with Epic doing the United States distribution for it at the time. And if I'm not mistaken, Michael Whelan was also the artist who did the cover album artwork too. The record itself is a stylistic departure from, the band style and incorporating a new groove metal sound to the record just on the first track alone, Refuse Resist. That pretty much just set the tone for the groove of the record itself. Yet some tracks being tuned down to D, with the diversity, of the album stands out. When you hear Biotech is Godzilla, which is, relatively a straight up, pure hardcore sounding track, then it goes into Nomad, which was their answer to Metallica's Sad But True. But to me, and obviously with Danny being on the show, drum-wise, it is very influential. Like it's something Igor did bring he put his A game on and beyond with this record itself. And
wow.
The whole band together as a whole did bring a lot to the table with this album.
Fucking Sid the Kid bringing the ruckus, man. I'm not mad at you, son.
Bro, I'll tell you,
short and sweet, baby. I got to get it done.
We did a lot of shows with Sepultura back then, and they killed it every single day, man. Those guys were like so intense. And Igor, forget about it. Like people used to tell me, "Oh, Danny, you play hard." I'm like, maybe I do, but Igor is a gorilla. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. He was playing these big giant toms, like 18 inches. Bro, he's an animal. They were just amazing every single night, man. I'm glad I got to see him on those tours back in the day. They were incredible.
Yeah, good work, Sid. And also,
I keep it short and sweet, and we keep it rolling, boss.
I want to shout out Paul Rackman, who did the Territory video on that record, which was shot in Israel. War for territory. It was fucking, that video is one of my favorites. Paul Rackman giving big ups, man. That video, War for territory. Hell yeah, man. That was Sid. You did. Oh wait, you know what, Sid? Hold on.
And my ticker too, Drew. I know, the Hold the Horses comment.
Hey, listen, Sid, you deserve it, man. You did your homework. Here you go. What's going on here?
All right, guys. Obviously a lot of stuff is going on, but hey, the show still goes on here. If you're around Wednesday night, 7 p.m. New York time, follow me over at mixlr.com/STK Sound System. Going to be doing about a couple hours worth of some crazy, kooky punk rock that Drew hates, and I know the rest of you like. You know, that's right. Shots fired, Drew. Shots fired. But no, in all seriousness, guys, you know, a lot of stuff is happening, and of course, you know, music has to be played no matter what. So this is what I'm here for. And, you know, check out the show if you want. Also, if, you know, I'm on IG as well. In Syndicate Sound System, I put tons of like updates on shows and all that other kooky shit. And one quick shout out, Drew, before I go, and I know it's super quick. Lori Dawn hooked it up because Drew gave me something like this, and I was like, what the hell is this? So I open it up really quickly here, and I see that she hooked us up with a couple of these little thingies right here. Check that out, guys. Like, holy mother. One for the fridge and one for the Christmas tree. But I'm just going to hang this up in my room because it's that fucking cool. Like, come on now. You can't hate on artists. Artists support artists. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, look, Lori, listen. You're making friends and kissing babies, Sid.
When you disobey you, I call it like it is, Drew. I just tell it.
You're doing good, Sid. You get like comeback player of the year, dude.
Comeback player. I just bring it, okay? I bring as some people say, I bring the A game going.
Whoa. Let's not get crazy now, Mr. I just bring it. All right.
It's not bring. I just bring the A game, Drew, because I learned from my peers.
What have I done? What have I created?
Hey, it's all your fault.
All right,
Drew.
Sid. I'll talk to you in a bit.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.
Hey, Sid.
What are you waving? What are you waving around, bro?
Check this out.
What is it?
Nice. Look at that.
Nativity.
It's
Look,
signed.
Signed by Danny Schuler right there on the bottom.
No shit.
It says, "Yo, Steve, peace."
Nice.
So
Nice. Look at that. Wow.
You want in on this, bro?
Hey, no, I'm good. I'm watching. I'm loving this show today, man. I know you're saving the best for last, bro. Let's not kid ourselves. I got some great stories too, man.
Oh my God.
You know?
Hey,
can I say one thing though about Biohazard? There's a reason why you might not like the Beatles, but they were still great. I remember thinking, first of all, my friend Von Bortz called me on the phone when their first record dropped, and I remember hearing that. Like when it dropped, it was like something we ain't never heard before. And I'm OG into punk, and I got it, right away. I thought it was so heavy. I never heard nothing like that before. And then when I met them, they were such great guys, and I fanboyed up. I'm not even gonna lie. I would show up early to their shows with posters for them and shit. I think my Punisher poster stayed on the practice room door for years. And you guys were humble, and you were like a hardcore band that was as big as Slayer before any bands were big and world known like that to me, And I think I know. I think I knew what bands were coming up and what was hot. So the fact that you guys were great guys when we always met you, was like cool shit, And also the quiet ones are the most fun ones, Danny might have went under the radar a little bit back then because Evan and Billy was screaming and Evan was so doing his thing.
Music!
The drummer, right? The drummer holds the whole thing together, man, Just incredible, man, seeing that backstage footage and stuff. I felt like today I was watching Drew just called you up on a Zoom chat, and you guys have been going at it, and we're like, it's been that kind of show. It's been really good today, guys.
It's been good. Thanks, Rappo. And Steven, you got anything for Danny?
Yes, I saw you a while back. You jumped up and played with Jamie Josta's band in the city. What was it at the Gramercy Theater?
Yeah.
And I always wanted to know, whenever I listen to him on his podcast, he refers to you as Butterneck.
Yeah, he's crazy, man. Jamie, I know Jamie a long time. We keep in touch all the time with fight fans. We talk about the fights all the time. But yeah, we got these ridiculous little nicknames for each other. He calls me Butterneck. I call him Yogurt Neck. So
oh my God.
We've been on tour together many times over the years, and it's just, I don't know, stupid shit. But I love Jamie.
Oh yeah, he's awesome, and he you actually got up and played. I think Last Breath with them.
Last Breath, yeah.
And
awesome. Last Breath.
Awesome. So
yeah, Yeah, it was
But
a
it
good,
was great. I got this. I think it was a record release party you guys did at Concrete back in the day, and I was at. So I will have to dig up the pictures from that.
yeah, I would love to see
But-
those pictures.
Cool. All right.
Awesome.
Hey, Brad, I'll see you in
I
a
don't
bit.
even look at old pictures anymore. Up until like 3 months ago, I didn't even have a single like piece of memorabilia on my walls in my house.
Oh,
And-
really?
Yeah, and my oldest son, is a collector of memorabilia for movies and bands, everything. And he was like, "Dad, you got all this stuff. Why don't you put it up on the walls?" You know. So I just started like hanging up some of the stuff that I have. Like when I'm sitting here, I don't know if you can see. Like I got like from one of the House of Games shows. I got a couple of the records on the wall. I got
What's that gold record? Whoa! What's that gold record?
The one you got, puppy.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Night, yeah.
Yeah, Judgment Night. You guys gave me that as a gift. That was very kind of you guys. Yep.
Yeah,
all right,
record
Steven,
too.
I'll see you in a bit. I'll see you, Rat Bones.
Hey, let me say one last thing. Don't come down.
Wow. Drew, you're cold, bro.
God, play fucking games with me right now. Yo, the best show I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a lot of concerts too, was House of Pain, Biohazard at the Palladium, and they had like big fat speakers out in front where there was like a pit of people in there.
Yeah.
And I was jumping from one, sliding over, crowd floating, jumping from the other one. Mickey Rourke was there hitting on my girlfriend. Yo, that night was sick, bro. That was a fucking.
I think he was hitting on my girlfriend too.
And I won't talk about Lucky 13 that time, man, but that was funny too. We got that between us.
I'll talk to you, Rat Bones.
Yeah, man. It was good seeing you, Danny.
Good seeing you, bro. I'll see you around.
It'll be a long show.
Yeah, man. I'll see you this weekend.
Speaking of photos that we never look at, I want to. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah, outside the Louvre in Paris.
Right. I want to share something, and that's to the people out there. When I first went out on tour, on my very first tour, I remember that you told me, because at first I was out there and like you get into like by human nature, you kind of get into this groove where you go, you play a show, you hang out, you chase a couple girls around, you end up on the bus, you sleep on the bus pulls in, you sleep all day, you wake up, you go into the venue, and it repeats itself. The process, you get some food, you sound check, you basically go from the venue to the bus. It's like venue, chase girls, bus, chase girls, venue, like that kind of thing. And I'm just speaking for myself. No, nobody else, of course. But I could say just for myself. So you're the one that said to me, I don't want to do that. I want to get every place we go to, I want to wake up and get out the bus, and every city we go to, I want to go out and see something because, I don't know if I'm ever going to have this chance again. I don't know if I'm ever going to have this opportunity again to be in a place like Edinburgh, Scotland. I remember you and I going out there and wherever. So every place I go to, I try to get out and see something, you told me. And I said, you know what, bro? I'm down. And this was one of those days where you and I, we were in Paris and we went to the Louvre, to the museum in France, and we took this shot. Of course, this is classic 1994 right here, right? With the wallet shades and the flannels.
I still got that wallet, man. I still got it.
Here you go. Yeah.
Minus made me that wallet. Minus made me that wallet, and I still have it to this day.
Carhartts and chain wallets, 90s hardcore style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, tell us a little bit about it. I mean, that was sort of like your ethos, right?
Yeah. Well, what I told you back then was true. Like I felt so lucky to be able to do what we were doing every day. And, when you're in Europe, you're literally in a different country every day.
Yeah.
You can be in Paris today. You can be in Munich tomorrow. You can be in Amsterdam the day after that. I mean, it's just like every day you're in a different country. And, when I was a kid, my dad used to tell me stories when he was my dad was in the army. And, he was stationed in Germany. He was stationed in Czechoslovakia. He used to tell me stories how he traveled. He went to Ireland. He went all these places. And, you know, when I was a little kid, I always said, man, I want to travel. I want to see what's out there. Having the opportunity to do it with the band, with my friends, and you know, being able to do it every day, I never took it for granted. You know, every day I would get up. I would usually go run 4 or 5 miles every day. And I would come back, do sound check, and then figure out a way to get into whatever city was around or whatever was around, jump on a train, and just see what was happening, you know, and see what was out there and learn something and take pictures and just, you know, I wish I had one of these friggin' iPhones back then, because the amount of stuff that I missed taking pictures of is unbelievable. But, you know, every day, everywhere we went, I explored every day. I always did. I still do that. You know, I still do that. But, you know, I haven't been overseas in a couple of years now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, important. You gotta see the world, right? You can't just sit on the bus and rot. You know, I couldn't do that.
Well, I learned that from you, because I was rotten. I was hanging out with you know, the bad guys and doing.
Yeah, we were all hanging out with the bad guys, but you know what? I had to get away from the bad guys a couple hours every day and get my.
I know, man.
Get straight, you know. So that was what I used to do every day.
Hey, let's talk about
these young bucks right here.
Let's talk about what's happening about your collaboration with Onyx, because it was more than once. You were sort of intertwined with them, and it really opened a lot of things up. Talk a little bit about Onyx and Biohazard.
Well, back in that era, you know, as you remember, we were managed by Scott Koenig, and Scott was working for Leor Cohen and Russell Simmons, Rush Artist Management, and Rush was managing all the hip hop artists of that era. You know, it was like Public Enemy and Run DMC and guys like Onyx. And I don't know who really had the original idea of getting us together back then, you know, to bring the bands together to do something together. I think,
if I may interject, I would possibly think that since Paris directed, and I produced the Onyx Slam video. I think, and they were with, I think that sort of, they were like, let's get the Rock and Roll White Boys to do the Slam video. And then since, well, you guys were both on the radar screens because of Rush, you know, because of Rush management. Yeah.
And also, credit to Evan. He had the foresight back then to always want to do a collaboration with a hip hop band. He was the first guy among us, Evan was, to say, yo, we should do something with Ice-T. We should do something with, you know, one of these real dudes and do something, you know, East Coast, West Coast, or get together with a New York hip hop band and do something. So he was really, Evan had the foresight to kind of pull that together. But I remember, I think it was actually that Palladium show that Rat Bones mentioned. That night, Russell Simmons came to see us at the Palladium. Wow, look at this picture. Holy crap. Evan's got the pervert hat on. I wish I still had that agnostic front shirt. That was my I love that shirt with the boots right under it. I wish
remember we used to get so much gear. People were like, we had all that great gear.
Yeah.
Like we had
Evan and Billy used to get all the gear. I never used to get any of it. But
Hordax. They were Hordax.
Yeah. That's another story. But
right, it's another story.
Evan had closets full of stuff. But what was I saying? Oh, at the Palladium show, Leor Cohen brought Russell Simmons to see Biohazard that night. And I remember I went backstage and I met Russell Simmons for the first time there. And he was like, man, you white boys got some street shit going on. You know, he was like, we got to get you guys on something. And I think that was kind of like the original like seed to kind of like put us together with somebody. But then they brought up Onyx, and I honestly didn't know anything about him. And I went into the studio at Chung King. Remember Chung King? We used to do everything at Chung King back in the day.
Yeah, of course.
And I played, you know, the drum beats and everything for the song Slam. You know, I did that like in one night. And Billy put together a remix for them, and that was kind of how it happened. And then we did the song Judgment Night together, and you know, we invited them on to the show at the Academy in New York that night. The night we filmed the Shades of Grey video, which I'm sure you got Tons of footage of that, man. That was a crazy night at that place, man.
You mean this right here? You mean... Boom.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh.
And I gotta say, just on this shot here,
there's Red Bones right on top of it.
Oh yeah, Rat Bones. There you are, bro. Yep. Hey,
bring it in.
Hey, there you are, bro. Right on top of the pile with your face in the camera. By the way,
I know my.
That is Paris Mayhew. That's Paris Mayhew with the Steadicam rig, Rat Bones, Rat Bones, and then I'm in the front of the stage, right in front of the guy with his facing the audience with the blue, the bouncer guy. I'm right behind him with my hair holding. I have another 16mm camera in my hand.
And I just want to point out, there's Minus with the chain link wallet right there, right?
Oh shit!
Wow,
that's great.
I know that I'm at minute 2:22 in the Shades of Grey video, right after Danny's little fill.
Yeah,
you know. I gotta say, I got a couple of stories. I'm not gonna tell them all, Drew, because I got a million. But listen, the other one I gotta tell is one time after 9/11 happened, I kind of got on the sauce and I was trying to get cleaned up. I was at the Salvation Army, and I used to tell the brothers there, I know Onyx and I know these bands and I know Public. I know these kind of people, so they'd be cool with me, right? I'd get down with be a cool white boy. And they never really believed me. And then one day we were walking on a weekend pass or whatever, and all these SUVs rolled up. And the connection is Frederico popped out the side of the SUV, and I think he thought I was Billy or one of you guys, but his whole entourage got out. They were smoking L's and everything, and they were like, yo, yeah. So when I went back over to the rehab with everyone at the Sally, I was all like the king of the rehab. It was so funny. But, and also locked up in 96, same shit, Rikers Island. All the homeboys would come in my cell and like, we seen you on the TV. How come you know these bands and they ain't getting you out of jail? And you don't got $500 for bail.
I'll tell you a quick funny story. You just reminded me of something funny. An old friend of ours, Drew, I don't want to mention names, but an old friend of mine from Canarsie, who you would know.
I know who you're talking about already, bro. I know where this is.
I went to go visit him at Rikers Island years ago. And when we got there, we brought a bunch of stuff for him for his commissary, And as we got in, one of the COs took everything. They were like, no, you can't give him, because I bought him like cartons of cigarettes and porno mags, everything he needs, And the CO was like, you can't bring that stuff in. We can't get it to him. Anyway, they found out that we were in Biohazard and that we did the video with Onyx. And on the way out, the COs went back, grabbed all the commissary stuff that they were getting rid of, took it and got it to my friend in Rikers, who called me the next day, collect call from Rikers Island. I pick it up. Yo, Danny D, I got all that stuff, bro. You got no idea. I'm good here, man. He was set for the rest of his stay on Rikers Island.
Wow.
He knew Onyx. He was in the video with us, with Bio. He was set. He was good.
I mean,
and they gave him all the cigarettes. They gave him everything. All the corrections officers knew who we were, and they hooked him up. Man, it was crazy. Crazy.
I really made you guys special too, Danny. It's like hip hop and hardcore is urban kids stuff, man. It's like rebellious, and it's the same way the Clash mixed the reggae and came out with punk and had that reggae flavor. It had that new flavor and it worked, and you guys were at the forefront of it. So, man. It's cool, man. Seeing you today, man.
You'll probably be back on in a minute. So, hey, speaking of our friend that was locked up, you want to have a laugh?
Yeah.
Do you know what's going on here?
Oh yeah. Little Canarsie kick dance right there.
The Canarsie kick dance in full effect right here. I'm going one way. Billy's going the other way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Canarsie kick dance going.
Wow.
Do you remember when we used to do this? What song?
I don't know.
It was Hold My Own. At the end, go.
Oh my God.
Oh shit, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Come on now. Well, listen, I hope everybody's enjoying the first of six-part series, Danny Schuler on the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, because basically we got through about 2 lines of the notes today.
Wait, you had questions there, right? Was there something important that you wanted to ask? Anything we didn't cover?
Yeah, you want to come back and do another show? No, we're going to take a break in a couple minutes, and then we're going to take questions from everybody. I just want to make sure I do all the photos that I pulled. I just want to make sure I pulled all the photos. Yeah, here's a cool one too, man. This is a cool one. This is, of course, goes back to remember this?
Yeah, Tales from the Hardside video shoot in Brooklyn.
Yep. Look at that flip phone I got, huh?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Paris Mayhew, who directed it.
Yep.
Greg Smith up on the back, and and the gal is the music video commissioner from Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I remember her. What was her name?
It's right there. Laura? No. Shit, right there. Yeah, Lenny says, "Holy crap, that cell phone gives you cancer." Absolutely. That's why. That's why that big growth in my head is sort of. I can't keep my balance these days, you know. You know
what? These don't give you cancer. These things, right?
Yeah, those don't. But yeah, right. But these do. Me and my friends are in that video. Yeah, everybody's in that video, man. You know.
Holy.
And just one more thing regarding that video, which is really great because, whoa. Right-wing Nazis. Cruel as racist. We don't care. We don't care. This one. I found this in my handwriting. Wow. This is what we handed out for the I made copies of it. I have the original. I found it.
That's how I got there, bro. I was like, where is this place? And I had that in my pocket.
Where is this place?
Yeah.
Where is Hoya Rock is in the video. Yep. Hoya Rock was standing right next to Danny, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Cheaper beeper. Remember when we had beepers?
Yeah.
Used to give me a hard time about my beeper or my cell phone. Like, what is that? It doesn't even work off the block. He used to say. Yep. So that's
a couple of those cell phones.
God, remember when we had the chipped cell phone? My cell phone's chipped. Oh, that was like. I think that was like 30 years ago. I think we're all right.
Still being incriminated for that? I don't know.
Oh, God, yeah. You know what? Look, I could go to my notes. We could talk about this and that. You know what? Let me. You know what we should talk about real quick.
Yeah.
You kind of dusted it off and played with Rest in Pieces at the Black and Blue Bowl a couple years ago. I'd like to touch on this real quick. Tell us about how that came about, Rest in Pieces and all that.
Well, Armand brought it up to me a couple years ago. Armand and Craig. They said at some point we're going to do a Rest in Pieces show. You should play drums for Rest in Pieces. I was like, hell yeah. Are you crazy? Of course. I would do that in a heartbeat, man. And then at the Black and Blue Bowl in 2017, they finally did it. And they called me up and they were like, let's get Rob and, learn the songs. We'll do a full set. And it was a lot of fun, man. Just playing with those guys. We rehearsed a lot for that. We rehearsed for like 3 months. And great thing about that was, playing with Craig is amazing. Playing with Armand's great at everything, and he's so Armand's like one of those guys, he notices everything, he's on top of it. Really musical guy. Yeah. But the best thing for me was reconnecting with Robert Chavarria, who I know is going to be on your show in a couple of weeks. Me and Rob hadn't seen each other since he left Biohazard in like 1999 or 2000, like almost 20 years. And he hadn't seen Armand or Craig in years. So getting Rob out to do that was amazing, and it turns out, he lives a half hour away from me. And, bro, it's just great playing with those guys. They're so great.
Yeah.
Rob is an amazing guitar player. Craig is an amazing bass player. Armand's great. It was just great to be in a band with those guys, like at that level. It was so much fun to play with guys who play so well. And I love the songs. You know, I'd love to do more of that too, you know, in the future. But that was great. It was a great night. Great night.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. So yeah, Rob is coming on the show. Everybody out there. So
look at him.
This should be interesting, and hopefully you could stop by and say hi when he's on.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to have Rob on, and I want to say this is that Rob plays on one of my favorite Biohazard records, which was also produced by Ed Stasium, which was New World Disorder. It was sort of like a little bit of a rebirth there for a minute for the band, you know. And it was an exciting. It was once again. It was sort of like the merry-go-round went around. It was an exciting time. Ed Stasium was producing. I fucking love that record, bro.
I like that record a lot too.
I really do. Yep.
That was a great time. That was, you know, I never thought we would have the opportunity to make a record like that on that level. You know.
Yeah.
And we definitely felt recharged, you know, at that time, and it was a return to like. You know, a return to the basics. You know, I remember Billy saying this should have been the album after State of the World Address, New World Disorder. Should have been the album after State of the World Address instead of Matalea, which was just a very, in my opinion, a record that was kind of like that record suffered from Bobby Hamble not being part of it. You know?
Yeah.
Bobby was such a tremendous part of our sound, and not having Bobby there to do that record was just such a weird, strange experience, you know.
It was a tough time. It was a tough time for you guys.
Tough time, very tough time. Tough time for me personally.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, for a lot of reasons.
But
it was a good one. That was a good one. I liked the album a lot. I was proud of it. Still proud of it. Yeah.
I've actually, Rap Bones had it like, you know, on his fucking table of, you know, and I was like, yo, I'm taking this, bro, because I have a CD player in my car. My car has a really good stereo. And man, I gave that a listen, top to bottom, really loud. You know, before Ed came on the show, and that I was like, that really brought that one. Wow.
Yeah,
really
Ed did an amazing job producing that album.
That record sounds so damn good, man.
Yeah, sonically, that's probably one of the best sounding records we ever made. You know, just sound great. And the band was just, we were on fire, you know. Having Rob playing guitar was great. You know, it was different, of course, but it was, I like that record a lot.
Cool. Hey, Evan Stone delivered what? Evan Stone delivered on what? It's Paris. I wonder what's he talking. Evan Stone delivered on what? On Shades of Grey, maybe? My brother told me, like, my brother was a cameraman on Shades of Grey. He reminded me of that recently. I sort of didn't remember that my brother shot Shades of Grey, you know?
The Stone Brothers.
What are you talking about, Paris? Which one specifically delivered on what? Stone Brothers. You know what my brother's doing right now? He's with William Shatner in the shark cage for Shark Week.
That's insane.
Yo, you know how old William Shatner is?
He's like 90, ain't he? Like
Bro,
90.
he's 90.
That's insane. He doesn't seem 90. That's crazy.
And you know what my brother said? Yo, that dude can eat.
Yeah?
He said, yo, they get down. Because Josh, who hosts the show, is a big boy. He's like, yo, we eat. You know? Yeah, he's like, William Shatner's like a big dude now. It's like, you
gotta eat, bro.
Yo.
90, what else are you going to do?
He told me, I was like, yo, did you talk to him about Star Trek? He said, yo. He said basically 20 minutes, any Star Trek questions, you're on, go. Like William Shatner said, 20 minutes, go. And he was like, my brother was like, well, when you fought the Gorn on planet Vernobulax, like, he said William Shatner don't remember shit about Star Trek. He's like, he said it was one of many jobs that he did.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember him on that episode of The Twilight Zone when the monster was outside the airplane. You remember that?
Oh, of course. I asked my brother this morning when I talked to him, I said, did you mention the Twilight Zone episode? He's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes, we're going to do questions, everybody. We're going to take a break right now, our last sponsor break. We're going to come back, and we're going to take questions. So, Deluxe, we'll see you in a minute.
All right.
Yo, come on, get your questions ready. It's Sunday shout-out day. Everybody's welcome. Come on. Let's get jiggy with it. Let's ask some questions. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. We are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, The Texas Silver Rush, and Your Core fan page. In the wake of the pandemic, Your Core Chris created Your Core fan page, utilizing lessons learned from over 20 years of being an educator and social worker. He decided to try and reach where hardcore punk and the surrounding genre of bands create not only their music, but their message. The interviews are from a psychological perspective to harvest motivation, personal insight, and perspective. Please reach out to them on Facebook or Instagram. If you have content to share, or you want to promote your band, Your Core fan page. Also, what's up with the Gutierrez brothers in Corpus Christi, Texas? Located Chacho's Tacos in Corpus Christi, Texas. Chacho's Tacos opened their doors in 2001, home of the almighty Chacho's Taco. They cook up an incredible home-style Tex-Mex food, and this month they're celebrating their 20th anniversary. They have been supporting underground music since the beginning, and in their own words, we ain't stopping anytime soon. Touring bands that play Corpus Christi swing by and get a home-cooked meal at Chacho's Tacos. We got you. The underground scene will never die. Please follow us on Facebook or on Instagram. Shouting out the Gutierrez brothers. Good dudes. We love them. Oh, yo, we are here. What's up, Arnulfo? Speaking of the Gutierrez brothers, you guys got to come back on the show soon, man. That said, I want to mention that if you're watching the show in rerun, not live, there is a subscribe button right there. Please subscribe to the show. You will get alerts when there's a new show. Also, underneath there's a banner for New York Hardcore Chronicles Live merch, including the Do Good Things, the Good Things Will Come to You line. And there is the A7 Back to the New York Hardcore Chronicles Roots t-shirt, sweatshirt, girly tee, and tank top. And there's even Antidote NYHC t-shirt. Don't say I didn't warn you. That said, did I cover everything today? All the Patreon, thank all the patrons who support the show. Steve Psycho, FOZ, Upstate Rick, Raul Hevesy, Nick, Tony Matura, James Garrison, Bobby Hedreck, Mark T, Frank, Raymond Hogan, and Mark Tulch up in Canada. All you guys and gals that support the show and enable me to do this. Thank you for being an enabler. It means a lot. It really does. I was out yesterday at the punk rock show, and people were coming up to me telling me how much they like the show. Yo, I don't know what's going on now. It's like, will you take a picture with my kid? I think I took like 30 pictures with people with their kids yesterday. Like I'm running for friggin' office or something. Like, hey, take a picture. Will you take a picture with my kid? No. Get your friggin' booger eater away from me. I'm not taking pictures with your kids, all right? Keep your kids and your dogs away from me. I'm just kidding. I'll take pictures with your kids. Keep the dogs away from me, though. The comp, yeah, I mentioned the comp, bro. Oh, the comp is held up at the pressing plant in the Czech Republic because of Record Store Day. It is shipping at the end of May. We should the link, Lancelot Link Sinker Chimp, should be up. I think May 1st-ish, and the record should be chipping in June. So hold your horses. Don't get your panties all bunched up. The comp will be shipping. Yo, Josette, man, what's up? Drew Stone of 2024. Yo, I'll kiss all them kids. I don't care. Listen, I'm running for office. I'll kiss your booger-eating kids. I'll pet your stupid dog. Whatever. Vote for me. I'm running for mayor of New York City. Here we go. Vote for me, mayor of New York. Things I'm proposing. We're going to do away with all the bike lanes. Fuck you and those bikes. We're going back to parking. Cars are welcome in New York City under my rule. Bikes are for kids and for children. All right? We're doing away with all the bike lanes. I'm the new mayor of New York. First and foremost. And we're going to turn Tompkins Square Park into a into a junkie haven again. Actually, just kidding. That was pretty disgusting. So anyway, enough of me. Hey, Gary, what's up? How you doing, G-Man? Thanks for tuning in. Let's hold on. Hold on, my neighborhood's burning. Here we go. I think I covered everything. I hope I did. What's up, bro?
Hey.
I was getting kind of crazy there about, I went out yesterday. It's like, hey, will you take a picture with my kid? It's like, come on, bro. Does that happen to you when you go out? Take a picture with my kid.
Not often, no.
You got enough kids. How many kids do you have now? 30?
I got 5 kids. 5 kids.
4 boys and a girl.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk that you were such a breeder, bro?
Yeah, man, breeder. That's what happens.
I love you, bro. Hey, all right, here's number 1. This is from our good friend Nancy Burrill, wife of Al Burrill.
Hi, Nancy.
How fast did that hand brake heal after the Paradise show in Boston? Now, wait, let me go to my notes because I did have this in my notes. And I had the exact date of it. Hold on. 11/23/89, Boston riot. You broke your hand. What's the story with that?
We were playing a show in Boston at the Paradise. And I don't remember who else was playing, but there was a bunch of our friends from Brooklyn came up to see the show. And during the show, like a bunch of fights broke. Something happened. I don't remember what it was, but I remember I was so pissed that we couldn't finish the show that at some point, I don't know why, I like punched a wall or something and broke my hand. Like immediately. Oh shit! I just broke my hand. And
it's always a good idea if you're a drummer or a guitar player to punch the wall.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. Stupid. I don't know. It was just one of those emotional things. But Nancy and another friend of ours were there, and they were like, "You gotta go to the hospital. We'll bring you to the hospital." So they brought me to the St. Elsewhere hospital there, and got me patched up. And then we drove back. I remember we drove back to Brooklyn in the RV. It was like snowing crazy, and we had like a tiny little spot on the windshield that we could see the highway. I was like wiping it down so Ned could drive. And I had to sit home for like a week. But then like a week later, I was able to play again. I had like this plastic cast they gave me on my hand. And I flew back out and met the band, and we went back on tour. We were on tour with Sick of It All at that time. Yeah.
Shouting out Gary G-Man Sullivan from the Cro-Mags, man. What's up, bro?
G-Man, great drummer. What's up, G-Man?
G-Man. Hey, you ready? All-time best pizza in Brooklyn, any decade, any spot, any style. Hit it.
There's a couple. I gotta be honest. If we're talking about pizza in Brooklyn, we got to talk about Lenny and John's on Flatbush Avenue. Shout out to Danny Scandifio and all the guys over there. Lenny and John's, great standard Brooklyn street slice. Always been amazing.
Rice and cheese ball.
Yeah, the cheese ball, the rice balls are amazing. Always been. But the best pizza in Brooklyn's got to be Tatone's in Coney Island. Tatone's, great spot.
Where's that? I don't even know. Where's Tatone's?
It's on Neptune Avenue, I think. Neptune. It's in Coney Island. It's an old spot. It's been there a long time. Neighborhood spot. And also, another
what's that place in Staten Island?
Which one? Joe and Pat's?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. You guys love that place.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great pizza everywhere, bro. Pizza. We could do a whole thing on pizza right here. We'll get
let's
get
you know what?
Get everybody involved. Forget it.
Listen, they're in the chat room now. They'll go on arguing about how good Amore is for the next fucking 45 minutes, bro.
Yeah, I know.
That hunk of shit Amore pizza that they think is so fucking good. It's unbelievable.
Oh, come on. That's good pizza.
I know. It is good. I'm just busting Craig Satari's balls.
You're gonna make Scully very upset with that comment.
I know. I just did that. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Wow, a lot of good questions. Okay, from Javi in Spain. What's about cutting the drumstick to get more grip? Do you still do it? A salute from Spain.
I don't think I ever did that.
Wrong drummer.
Yeah, I remember one time somebody was like, "Yo, you got to put tape on your drumsticks," and I did that for like a day, and I was like, "This is stupid." And I didn't do nothing like that. Yeah, nah, no cutting, no nothing.
What's Danny's favorite song to play live?
I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't played live in so long. I can't remember. I don't know. Biohazard was always hold my own because it was the last song. You know, always
Right.
my favorite. I always like playing Urban Discipline. That's like to me. Every time I play that song, it just brings me back. Like every time we would play that live, it just brings me back to the moment we created it. You know, and what went into the creation of that song. It was such like a. It was a moment on Flatbush Avenue putting that song together. Always goes through my head every time I used to play it. Urban Discipline, that's the favorite. There you
go. You know what? Let's do this real quick. I want to play another clip from the Whiskey Show that I cut together, and it's a good one. So here we go. How about another clip?
Down for yo, what up, motherfuckers? Who said LA can't dance, huh? You can suck my dick. This next song is out to all our peeps. Everyone who gets props from us, you all know who you are.
It's a kid's show, for God's sake.
Everyone got shit to say they can eat a bowl of dick. Oh. Songs all our people who are down. This is DFL, down for fucking life.
Drew Stone on the side of the stage.
Song's going out to the whole road crew that we put together out here. All our fucking LA boys, man. Tiny, Jimbo, Kenny, everybody, man. Drew Stone. You ready, motherfuckers? Hey, yo,
That way you put that clip in there, Drew.
What's up, man? Yo, what'd you guys think of the opening bands, man?
I'm standing on the side of the stage in every clip.
Yo. Fuck that pussy shit. What'd you think of the motherfucking opening bands? Motherfuckers played their hearts out for you, man.
Oh my God. Sorry.
You ready? Kick a DFL Deluxe. We stand in the air, and now we'll see who is down for life. We're brothers blood. We stand in the air, and now we'll see who is down for life. We're brothers blood. We stand in the air, and now we'll see who is down for life.
Who's down?
Can't hear you, bro.
Sorry.
Can't hear you. There you go.
You know. Wow. You know I've been like I've been editing one of the whenever I have a free morning or I can't sleep, I'll edit one of those songs and send them to you. I think I'm like 4 or 5 in, you know?
Yeah.
It's just
they look great. It's amazing. Mind blowing.
We're gonna get to all that footage in a minute. Hey, am I hearing this correctly that you've been playing with our friends Kings Never Die in the studio? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Kings Never Die making a new record, and they asked me to play on it. So I came in and recorded an album with those guys. Yeah, it's been really good. You know, Dan has been asking me for a while. I guess, you know, the drummer left and they needed somebody. And right after New Year's, we started going to the studio together to see if we could, you know, make it work. And we just kind of like started kind of rewriting songs and putting things together and pulled it together real quick and recorded, I think, 11 songs, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're finishing it up now. So hopefully that'll be out at some point this year.
And you go way back with Dan, because Dan was in Dog Eat Dog back in the day, right?
Yeah. I know Dan Stazzy a long time. Yeah.
And we've actually on this show, we've talked about some of those Biohazard Dog Eat Dog shows in Jersey. What was that place? You got to go up the stairs. I can never remember the name of the place of it.
Studio One?
Yeah, Studio One. Not City Garden, Studio One. Yeah, it was like a ballroom upstairs.
That was Studio One. Yeah.
Studio One, yeah.
Newark.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great spot, man.
You guys
great spot.
You guys smushed it. And I remember Biohazard shows there. Fights the whole time. Fights.
Those were crazy shows. That was a crazy time, man. That was a crazy time.
Yeah.
Those were crazy shows. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the Kings Never Die stuff is it's really good, really different. You know, a big evolution, a big jump for that band. I think the record's gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be really surprising to people who've heard them before. You know, the new stuff sounds really different. You know, big growth from the other stuff that I've heard.
Yeah, they're part of our A7 family, and they're playing. You know, they're on the A7 comp that's coming out, and they're playing. You know, they're playing in the park with us. They're part of our A7 family for sure.
Yeah, I know. I know all about it. It's awesome, man. It's great that you do.
Yep. Hey, let's talk about the future of Biohazard. Where is there a future? Where is it at? Or you know?
I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I don't know. You know, I mean, you know, we haven't played a show together since the summer of 2015.
Right.
You know, and that summer we played a lot of shows. We went overseas. We did like 60 shows or something. It was busy. You know, we came home and that was it. You know, we went into the studio to try to make a record, started recording the record, and then it all fell apart in the studio making the record.
Right.
In typical Biohazard fashion. But, you know, we still talk, you know, me, Billy, Bobby, we get on the phone. We talk from time to time. I haven't spoken to them in a little while now, but, you know, Bobby and I have been talking about getting together up here in Jersey when he comes back next month, maybe. And, you know, I think we'd all like to do something. We just kind of don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? We don't have a complete band anymore. We're not in the same state anymore. You know, it's really difficult to pull it together. But I'm sure we'll do something in the future, you know. I mean, I don't even know if there's going to be shows anytime soon. You know what I mean? So I guess when things get back online and then life gets back to kind of normal, I guess we'll revisit it then. But, you know, I'm open to anything. You know, I'm proud of what we did with the band. I don't got no beef with nobody. You know, it was a great, amazing time in our lives. And, you know, I feel really lucky that we did it. And, man, we did a lot. I mean, we did a lot. We toured for a long time.
You did.
Thousands of shows all over the world. and it never stops. You know, the crazy thing is, like, I haven't done anything with Biohazard since 2015, and still it just never stops. It's like this thing.
It's incredible. 6 years ago.
Yeah. People ask me about it constantly. People bring it up to me constantly. I'm constantly getting emailed about shows and what are you guys doing, and is a band ever coming back, and all this other stuff. It just never goes away, you know. So, you know, it's an honor that people like it or liked it, and felt like, you know, they can identify with it. And what else can you ask for? You know, that was great experience.
You guys have left a certainly a lasting legacy, and I just want to say that you guys played the Black and Blue Bowl in 2014, right? Which is mind-boggling, fucking 6 years ago.
Yeah.
But listen, when Evan left, and it was like, yeah, okay, I don't know about this. Boy, you guys were really, really great. It was you guys. It was a back to the sort of basics roots thing. Street cred coming back, you know, Billy kind of is the front man now. I thought Scott Roberts, you know, did a great job. You guys were really, really, really great, you know.
Well, thank you, bro. Well, you know, respect to Scott Roberts, who worked really hard to learn the songs and to you know, to kind of help the band become, you know, what it was and what it used to be. You know, Scott was really like, we got to go back to the way the band was when you guys made the Urban Discipline record. That's the way it's got to be. And we all kind of like, yeah, you know, you're right. But Scott really made it possible for us to go out and do all the shows we did and keep the band going for a bunch of years. So respect to Scott Roberts for that, man. Scott was great. You know, he's great.
Yeah, he's you know, when he went and started the Take, they called me. I did 2 videos with them. It was really a pleasure to work with those guys, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's do a couple of questions. Here's one that's come up a couple of times. How did the 2 singers come about? Like that Biohazard 2 singers thing?
They both wanted to sing, and they you know, it was just like, I'm gonna sing. No, I'm gonna sing, and they both wanted to sing. So, you know, they both sang. You know, they used to fight about parts. They used to argue about who's gonna sing what, but in the end, it was a really great, brilliant move to have 2 different types of singers in the band. You know, you had Billy, who has such a unique voice, kind of like a higher, more like hardcore kind of voice, you know, more like a screaming type of voice. You know, you could sing that high stuff. And then Evan just had a great natural rhythmic flow and a very characteristic voice. You know, Evan has a great speaking voice. I used to tell him, you know, you should do voiceovers or something, because he's got like a great characteristic voice. So, you know, we were lucky to have 2 singers that had great character in their voices in Biohazard. You know, 2's better than 1, so whatever. You know, it's it worked for us. You know.
Yeah, and yeah, it did. And I got to say, like, you know, thinking back on a lot of that, I know Evan's been out of the mix for a long time, but boy, I remember Evan. He was really he was. How do I put this? Just the way he handled himself in front of big crowds, fearless.
He was amazing. He was amazing. When one thing I say to this day,
bring it, bro, bring it.
When Evan was on, he was a great front man. I mean, when we started doing the big festivals in Europe, we were in a different. We were totally fishes out of water. You know what I mean? We were coming from playing L'Amour's and playing clubs in New York, and just a totally different vibe. And then all of a sudden we were shot over to Europe and doing these, you know, these big festivals with 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 people. And, you know, we were like, how's that going to translate? You know, we used to play for 50 people. And, but, you know, Evan and Billy both stepped up and really, they were great. But Evan, just recently I saw that he posted on Instagram from, I think, when we played the Dynamo Festival the first time in 1993 or 1992, right before we did the song Black and White and Red All Over. And the speech he gave was so powerful right before that song. I was like, man, that was fucking awesome. I mean, he was great when he wanted to be, you know. He was amazing when he wanted to be, you know.
he did some things that were really impressive to me. Just in front of a Donington crowd, we'd be talking and bullshitting and laughing and like he no problem. And he was, how does my bass sound? Like shit, great. Put the bass on, keep talking to me, and just turn around and walk out in front of 100,000 people. What's up, Donington? Like, wow, that's.
We were always the band. We were always very confident going on stage. I mean, people used to ask me all the time, "Don't you ever get stage fright? You ever get nervous going out there?" And I'd be like, "Yo, I'm going out there with Billy. I'm going out there with Evan, and I'm going out there with Bobby Hamble. I'm good. I ain't scared of shit. I'm gonna." I mean, we would go out there hard, man. We would just, those guys were so confident. They were so confident that their confidence would rub off on me. You know what I mean? Like I was, those guys were so on it that it rubbed off on everybody. They had so much confidence and strength, it just rubbed off on everybody. And I never worried about nothing on stage, man. I was always like, you know what? We're going to be great because these guys let me down. And that, it was great. It was great to be a part of that, man. I'm a lucky guy to have had friends like that and been able to do what we did. Honestly,
San Marzano says, Danny, you're such an inspiration to so many of us. Your status among other drummers is legend. Where are you aware of that? What do you feel when you read such comments under YouTube clips?
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. Everybody says, thank you, San Marzano. I love your tomatoes. Delish. But people throw around legend all the time. You know what I mean? Legend. Everybody says legend. We ain't legends. You know what I mean? We ain't legends, man. Thank you, though.
I beg to differ a little bit, but that's okay. Thanks. You guys were incredible.
Stone, you're a legend. Arnie Stone is a legend.
I know, man. And humility is a great trait to have, in this short existence we have. But Biohazard influenced so many people, and not just influenced, but inspired so many people. When we did the Punishment video, all those people that were in the video, everybody, not just in New York City, but all the Marauders, the Sub-Zeros, everybody said, well, shit, if Biohazard can do it, we gotta throw our hat in the ring. And when that video went around the world, and it inspired people a lot in a lot of places, man. So highly influential.
At that point, Drew, I was just along for the ride, man. That's how I felt. I was just riding the wave of that whole thing. It was amazing. We were a bunch of creative people. We all, it was a great thing. Great thing to be a part of.
I'm not going to let you get away with it, my friend. You changed my life, and you changed many other people's lives as well. So, yes. Let's see what else. Listen, our guest is Danny Schuler. We got a couple of minutes left. If you want to do a super chat, it comes up in color. I can't miss it because I'm doing the show and doing the chat room. So a couple more questions. We'll do another 15, 20 minutes with Danny Schuler. You know what? Hey, Danny, I forgot to announce one show. Let me announce the show while we're at it. Hey, everybody out there. Sunday, May 16th. You asked for it. You got it. Mr. Bobby Steele from the Undead coming on the show. All right. We're going to talk some Misfits stuff. We're going to talk about the Undead, the early New York hardcore and punk scene. I know a lot of people out there love the Misfits Bobby Steele stuff. So just wanted to let you know that Sunday, May 16th, Bobby Steele will be on the show. All right. That said.
You got to ask him why he's not in the Misfits reunion now, man. That guy. He's an amazing guitar player, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's a bone of contention, man. That's
we actually played a few shows with Bobby Steele back in the day when we
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we did. It was great.
Here's a good one. I like this one because this in a certain way. Memories, stories from Dynamo 1995.
Wow. Dynamo 95 was a crazy weekend. We were there actually. I think the show was 3 days. I think it was like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
we played. I think we were the last band to play on Sunday after like all these bands played every night. And somebody, I don't know whose idea it was to get us there the day before, but I got to see the show on Saturday. And I was just blown away by the show. I was like, if I ever had stage fright, it was probably getting ready for that show on Sunday, the next day after what I saw on Saturday. I was like, how the hell are we going to top that, man? This is just a crazy, crazy weekend. I mean, that to me just felt like one of those magic times where it was like, we had friends there, Typo Negative, Life of Agony. All the guys we knew from Brooklyn were there, and everybody was just there, gathered, playing the show. And I think by the time the show was over, I think 150,000 people were there, or some crazy number like that. Bro, I don't remember a lot about the show. I remember how it felt being on stage. That the whole time I was thinking to myself, this is bizarre. This is crazy. This is an amazing moment.
Two things. Eating high-quality cat food from Petco.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I was looking for the video.
high quality pet food.
Heck, fucking commercials.
Yeah.
I want.
No,
Yeah.
It was insane. That was a crazy, crazy weekend. And, people always bring that up kind of as like a highlight of Biohazard's career. And when you look at it like from a live show perspective, that probably was the biggest show we ever did. And I thought we were terrible. I remember walking off stage being like, bro, we blew it. Like I felt terrible about the show. I went back to the hotel and I was just shot. I was like, man, we blew that show. Everybody else was great and we were terrible. That's how I felt. But looking back on it, we were pretty good. We were okay. We did all right. I think the most amazing thing about it was just the magic and the unity. Just the vibe of having all those people together for the same reason was just amazing, man. That was the vibe was heavy that weekend.
I think in retrospect, I mean, look at that, man. Like, holy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I think
a lot of old friends there.
I think in retrospect, 95, this is right before, I mean, pretty much, I think this is the last show Bobby played with you guys before he left the band.
No?
Didn't you guys come back after this and then start working on some new stuff and then he left?
That's not the last show he played with us. No, the last show was a few months later at in Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but in a certain regard, headlining Dynamo in 95 was sort of the peak of that era, that trajectory.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it really was.
I think it was. We didn't realize it at the time. We had no idea.
Nobody did. I mean,
that week in particular, I remember we had been on tour a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like maybe May or June of 1995. The tour that we were on actually started in March of 94, like when we finished State of the World Address.
Yeah.
And we started U.S. tour before State of the World Address even came out. We were already on tour in the U.S. with Fishbone and Caius. And then we went to Europe that summer. Then the record came out. Then we came back, did the States again, back and forth. We hadn't taken a break for over a year. And then it was like the month before this show, we had our first break where we took a break for like, 3 weeks and we didn't do anything. I was just at my mother's house in Canarsie, just not doing anything. And then it was like, okay, we're flying out, we're doing some festivals. I didn't know that this show was like going to be the big deal that it was. And we hadn't practiced. We hadn't even spoken to each other. We were completely sick of seeing each other's faces after being on the road the whole year before. And the band was like, we were like a mess, but as you can see from the show, man, we would come together for the shows, man. That was the most important thing for us was the shows, man. That was a crazy week. That was a crazy
well,
crazy week right there.
It's tough when you spend that much time in close quarters, you know, and you hear from so many bands that say, man, in retrospect, I wish we would have just taken a break. So many bands that like break up and like flame out. It's like, I just wish we should have just taken a break for a year. You know, it's very difficult. You know.
Yeah.
You know. Frank Nichols says, "Can we get a Biohazard documentary?" Well, my friend, if we can, I'll be helming it. There's a friggin' 150 goddamn tapes in my closet right across here. I'm on it, kid. You know? You think?
Yeah.
Give me a minute, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, shouting out Alex Mitchell. Shouting out Alex Mitchell from Circus of Power coming up on Wednesday. Respect. Can't wait to have Alex Mitchell on the. Yo, Stickman, what's up?
Stickman.
I saw Stickman yesterday at the show in Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
Stickman on the mountain bike. Respect, bro.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Fury of 5, man. Love that band. Greatest.
Yeah, man. Had to manage them, you know. Any band that crazy, you know, beating the crap out of their booking agent, I'm like, yo, I gotta manage this band.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nobody harder.
Yes, what do you listen to? What are you listening to these days?
It's funny you should ask. Lately, today when I was running, I was listening to actually I was listening to a lot of old hardcore today. I was listening to first Bad Brains record. I listened to Just Can't Hate Enough today. What else? Sick of It All. What's it called? Nonstop, the record Nonstop, where they did all their greatest hits. I listened to that today. You know, while I was running, I had my I got one of my running playlists is like a hardcore one, you know. So I listened to that today. I listened to Circle Jerks today.
Any of your kids listen to hardcore?
Yeah, they do. My kids listen to a lot of stuff. They like a lot of they listen to Slipknot. They love Incendiary. And they love all kinds of stuff, you know, heavy stuff. I brought them to see the Misfits. They love the Misfits.
That's cool.
See Slayer. They love Slayer. My son Jake is a Metallica fanatic. But yeah, I bring them to shows, you know, hardcore bands and stuff. But you know, it's funny because like I played them a couple years ago. I was like, this is the greatest album ever made. I want to play this for you guys. And it was Bad Brains' first album, front to back. And they kind of like listened to it like respectfully, and they were like, yeah. But you know, sonically, the record is so old that like they're used to like hi-fi Slipknot records and these Metallica records.
Avenged Sevenfold.
No, they don't listen to that.
No, I like them. I like the sound of them.
Yeah. But I mean the way these records sound now, that's what my kids are used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for them to listen to like an older Cro-Mags record or something like that, it doesn't have the heaviness, you know? But when they were little kids, I made them all listen to Black Sabbath. You know, that was the first thing
I made them
all listen to when they were very little. You know, I put on the first Black Sabbath record with the thunder and the lightning. It scared the shit out of them. And, you know, they got it. They love heavy music. They all play. I mean, you know, we're a very musical household. My sons have a band. They play. They're great. You know, they're great. They're really good at what they do. They're all talented. I got to have a question from Knights of Old. Danny, any stories from the tour with the Exploited? We'll leave it at that because everyone always loves a good Waddy story, you know? Waddy, I mean, you could do 3 or 4 episodes on stories about Waddy. I mean, he's just, you know, the truest punk rocker I've ever been around in my life. You know, he's amazing. He doesn't care about anything. He's completely anti-authority, rebellious. I could tell you stories all day about that tour. Shocking, unbelievable stories, all true, all really happened. You wouldn't believe. So many stories. And Typo Negative 2 on that tour. You know, that was, look at that picture right there. That's a great one.
You remember what this was?
No. And that's Sean from
Yes.
Yeah.
This was when we were in Europe on the Biohazard Dog Eat Dog Downset tour. And we were staying at, what's that, the Columbia? Where was that place?
Columbia Hotel in London, yep.
Yo, we go into the Columbia, and in the pub in the Columbia.
Yeah. Is Waddy. Yeah.
And the Bad Brains, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. And Green Day. Remember Green Day?
Yes, that's right.
That was a weird night, right?
Yeah, it was weird.
we all went together to go see Bad Brains at the Astoria that night.
Yep.
Yeah. With Israel singing.
Yeah, they were great. And they were great.
Yeah, they were.
I thought they were. Yeah. The Marquee show. Remember you guys? I met you guys. I fucking tour. You guys crushed it at the Marquee, man.
Marquee was a great spot. We always had good shows there.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, those are good times. I love Waddy, man. Waddy's amazing, bro.
I saw Pantera, Sepultura, and Biohazard at the Springfield Civic Center in Massachusetts. Any memories of touring with Pantera?
Man, Pantera was one of the greatest bands we ever toured with. I mean, we all became really good friends with those guys, and they were an amazing bunch of characters, Pantera, man, because they were like, every one of them, they were like people persons, you know, they loved everybody. They were friendly with everybody. They were cool. I remember that actually was like the first or second night of that tour at the Springfield Civic Center in Massachusetts. I remember that night. I remember playing that show at that amphitheater. That tour was amazing, man. To be with Sepultura and Pantera every night was just nonstop, amazing shows. Pantera was on fire at that time. That's 1994. You know, to get to see them I watched them every night. And I wasn't a huge fan when we started that tour of Pantera. I really wasn't. But seeing them every night and seeing Daryl and Vinny never make a mistake just blew me away.
I still have Vinny's fucking that bass drum sound that is going off in my head. Remember that bass drum sound he had?
Oh yeah.
Like, yo, I'll never shake it, man.
And they were so kind to us. They were so nice to us. You know what I mean? Like they really helped us out. They looked out for us on that tour. You know, the whole reason that we even got that tour was because I met Philip at L'Amour's in like 1989 when Pantera played there. The place was empty. And he came over to me and he was like, dude, I love Biohazard. I have the demos. Give me your phone number. We got to go on tour together. And I went down to the dressing room of L'Amour's and Philip introduced me to Daryl and Vinny and Rex. And I remember we were just sitting there talking. It was the first time I met those guys. And I remember they were like, Vinny looked at me and he was like, bro, we got to tour together one day. And they were nothing yet. They weren't even, you know, they were playing L'Amour's that night. There was maybe 100 kids there.
Wow.
But, you know, 5 years later, by the way, you know, it was like they called us up and they were like, remember we said we were going to tour together? Well, now's the time. And they brought us out. They took us out. They didn't have to. You know, they didn't need us. We weren't helping. The shows were all sold out already. You know what I mean? They brought us out because they wanted us there. So, I mean, that was incredible, you know, and just to be with those guys every night and be a part of the fun and the pranks and the insanity. It was.
I love you, Danny. I love you. I love you guys.
Yeah, it was just amazing. I mean, they never made a mistake. We would finish our show and they would be in our dressing room waiting for us, you know, Dimebag and Vinny, making us drink shots. I didn't even drink back then. And then making us drink shots, getting hammered.
What was that shit they drank? The Black Grin, the Black
Tooth. It was like Coca-Cola and Southern Comfort or something. Yeah. But I mean, they would drink so much before the show. I'd be like, I don't know how they're going to play. How's Vinny going to get up there and play the drums like an animal after he's been drinking like that? Then he would get up on stage and not only play, but play flawlessly. Like no mistakes. Perfect. They were like a machine every night. And Philip was amazing. They were just amazing. It was great. And Sepultura killed it every night. That was Roots. That was the Roots tour. Yeah. Man, Sepultura was ridiculous. When
Sepultura used to bring, they had that song where they brought the drums out and you guys used to Kaya Us, I think it was called, right?
Yeah, bro. Every night we would go out and do that with them. It was great. Bro, that was such a great time, man.
I got footage of all that stuff, man. Yeah.
I would love to see it, man. Those were great times, great friends, and an amazing time, man. Incredible.
Yeah. Mike, yo, you got to shout Mike out, man. What's up?
Mike Pooch.
What's up, Mike? Yeah.
You're the best, Mike. I love you.
Yeah.
Mike Pooch, one enemy. My brother.
Yep. There you go. Right now, let's do one or two more. I know you got dinner with the family, you know. And you know, but we're having a good time, and I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Good, man. It's all good.
It's been fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah, of course.
I know,
Absolutely.
man. I told it's fun. So I try, you know, I tell people
a couple of mentions talking shit. What's the matter? It's the best.
I talked to John Zazula. I'm like, come on, John Zazula, come on the show. He's like, I don't talk about the same old shit. I said, bro, we won't even talk about the same old shit on my show. We'll talk about, who cares? I don't want to talk about the same old shit.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, what else? Anybody else? What do you got? Come on. This is your big chance. Is that true? Did Daryl, I heard he used quarters for his bass drum and his sound. How do you use, put quarters in your bass drums? I never heard of that one.
They would take a quarter and like glue it to where the kick drum.
You know,
to make a clicky sound. Yeah, no, to make like a clicky sound.
Right.
Put the quarter right where the bass drum beater would hit the skin.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't remember if Vinny did that or not. I don't think he did, but
that's the sound that's in my head. Is that clicky? That sort of, you know, that great, you know.
Yeah.
That and Raymond from Fear Factory. That guy's feet, man. I remember watching him play and just going, this can't be real, can it?
It was real. He really played that stuff.
Unbelievable, man.
You know, it's funny. Raymond was definitely like an innovator for that type of drumming.
Yeah.
Nobody played like that when he was doing it. That was that machine. Fat. Yeah, nobody did that before him. He was like the first guy to do that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fear Factory. They were, you know, originators of that.
Yep. What is this question? Who would swing on pipes on the ceiling at shows? I don't know.
That would be Billy G, of course.
Yeah.
Anything that was that he could grab onto and destroy, every show anywhere, he always did. Billy would destroy the barricades. You know, Billy and Bobby would jump down there, and at any show, if there was barricades, you know, the security guards would clear out and they would tear down the barricades, pull the kids up on stage, you know. And if there were pipes hanging on the ceiling, which there always was because we were always playing these little tiny clubs, Billy would always find a way to hang upside down and play guitar and all the time. Unbelievable.
Billy was
still does it now at his advanced age. He'll still get up there and do it. He's a maniac.
Andrea says she has shots of those. You remember how me and Billy used to go at it back in the day?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Every day. Fighting, arguing, backstage.
Oh, man.
Great. I wish I had some of that shit on video.
I found some of it. Me and him fighting.
I should interview you about that shit.
I found some of it. Like I'm doing an interview and he attacks me. All of a sudden he comes flying in out of frame and starts fucking fighting me. And I'm like,
well, you know, we used to have fights on the bus every night.
Oh, we had
every night.
Do you remember when we used to make the opening bands fight each other? We put
oh yeah.
We go, okay, tonight. What band was that we made? I have footage of them beating the shit out of me.
Well,
Spine Shank.
Yeah.
Dude, one kid pummeling the other kid.
Bro, we used to when we would get new guys in the crew, you know, like a new guy would show up in the crew. You know, everybody would go to sleep on the bus, whatever. And whoever stayed up late would wake up the rest of the guys in the band, and we would just beat the shit out of the new guy in his bunk while he's sleeping. Every night. Every night there were bunk beatings. Ask Robert Cheveria, he'll tell you. Every night the bunk beatings, bro, got out of hand. It was dudes were getting hurt, dudes were going home, like, yo, I can't deal with the stress. It was crazy. We did some crazy shit. Me and Billy matched with us. We used to take challenge matches backstage. You know, we did it all. We used to wrestle the security guards at the shows. Tiny used to
remember. I was just
me,
remember
punch
Tiny
me in the face backstage.
Remember how Tiny used to fit in the bunk? Tiny would sleep in the bunk,
bro.
And he had all his shit in the bunk. He had all his shit in there, and he got his 350-pound body in there.
Bro, I used to have to take my feet in my bunk across from his because we always slept next to each other, and I'd have to take my foot like and kick him into the bunk to help him get his ass in there. You know, he's so fucking big.
You always took the bottom bunk.
No, I was in
the
well,
middle?
I did for a little while. But yeah, then I was a middle bunk guy after that. Yeah.
I remember you being a bottom bunk. You were like, I'm on the bottom. I don't need that bullshit up there. I don't want to be when you're up on the top bunk, you're at head level. So people like Billy, come by. This is a Billy thing. Walk down the bunk, blindly punching into the bunks. Both.
Yeah. Well, the top bunk was a problem because you were at face level.
With Billy.
Yeah. So you could get punched in the face while you're sleeping. So that wasn't a good look. The middle bunk was rough because you never knew when somebody's dick was going to come flying through the friggin' thing, because it was just constant pranks and nonsense. So you don't want to be in the middle bunk either because you get a face full of nuts at any point. Oh. And then the bottom bunk was like underwear and shoes and feet were just in your face, and the bottom bunk, it was just bad, bro. It was just not a good situation, man. It was just, you just ended up wherever you ended up, man. The bunk was like, it was like your cell. It was like, yo, don't mess with. We had to set up rules where it was like, yo, no more messing with people when they're sleeping.
Yeah,
people are bugging out. It's getting bad.
I remember that.
And then it was like, you can't go into anybody else's bunk. We got it. The bunks are off limits. Like after a while, we got it together and we had like, you can't mess with anybody when they're sleeping. The bunks are off limits. But in the beginning, there were no rules. There are no rules. It's just, who's asleep? Whoever fell asleep first.
And then also the back lounge. The back lounge was a big point of contention. Why the fuck? Because God forbid, I'm just saying. Like when we went out, me and Evan would sort of sleep in the back bunk, and it was like, "Why you guys can't sleep with? Why you guys?" And there was always someone to be like, "You know what? I'm not sleeping in my bunk. I'm going to sleep in the back lounge," and that was always a big problem.
That was a problem. Yeah, there's always problems. Everything was a problem.
Here's a question worth answering: who was Leo Curley?
Leo Curley was the guitar player in Biohazard. In 2000, joined the band around 2001, 2002.
Plays on Uncivilization.
Yeah. Shout out to Leo Curley. Just had a birthday recently, right? I think.
Nice guy.
Awesome guitar player. Came in, we were just like, that's our guy. He was awesome.
Too nice for you guys.
Too nice for us. Yeah.
We're
a bunch of rotten old scumbags.
Bunch of murderous thugs.
Nah.
Yeah. Leo was the guitarist to Uncivilization. Yeah, he was and he was
guitar player.
And that was the last time I went out with you was in 2000 because the band I was in, Nucleus, was opening up for you guys, and we did a whole European tour. And Leo was in the band then. That was nice. It was a nice time.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
Nucleus was great.
It was fun. We had fun. That said, as we're heading to the door, anybody you want to shout out or thank anybody?
I got to thank everybody who, who's watching today, everybody who's been a fan of the band. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, it'd be nothing, so thank you to everybody who likes the band and supported us over the years. It was a long time that we got to do this stuff, and, a blessing, a total blessing to be able to do it. I appreciate it. That's it, man. I'm a lucky guy. What can I say, Drew? I've been lucky, and I'm very grateful for what we've been able to do and all the friends that I've made doing it, man. Every time I go see another band, guys I know for 20, 30, 35 years, it's amazing. It's amazing, and I feel really lucky. Makes my life better, man. If I didn't have all this stuff and the bands and all this great stuff, I wouldn't know what to do with myself, man. It's great. It's great. It's great that we keep in touch too, bro.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Thomas says you need to get Danny back to talk the second half of the Biohazard catalog. Yeah, for sure. We'll do that. We barely scratched the surface, man. Just like we barely scratched the surface. So Steele says, Danny, thanks for being here. You're one of the best.
Hey, thank you.
And I want to, just on the way out, I want to thank you for for coming on the show.
Look at this picture. Oh my God.
And listen, I've said it many times. You know, you guys really put me on, and I'll never forget it. We had some really, really great times. I cherish them. I will never forget them for as long as I live. And it has really, really been a big part of making me the person I am today, those years that we spent together. And I just want to thank you for it.
For me. Thank you, bro. It's a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure, man.
I love you, bro.
Lucky to know you, man. I'm lucky to know you, bro. Love you.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro. Take care.
Right.
Thank you, Drew.
My pleasure. Bye. Oh, fuck, man. Woo. Yeah, I love that guy, man. You know, that was a great show. Great show. You want to see another one of those? Here's another one of those from that roll of film. God, I got all choked up. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Biohazard. Here's another one from that photo session. They're spelling out my name. They're spelling out my name in that picture. That's how close I was with these guys, man. You know? Fucking guys put me on my career wouldn't be what it is, you know, if it wasn't for Biohazard, you know. And Paris Mayhew, for that matter, from the Cro-Mags. I'll say that as well, you know. Yeah, it's heavy, man. It was a heavy show. Jason, yeah, respect. Andy, thanks, man. Get well, Upstate Rick. Andy, yes, it was an amazing show. It was really, really great. Clint Eastwood, yes, bro. It's great. Boys, don't cry. I know, yo, you know, I've cried a couple times on the show, man. I have. Who made me cry on the show? What's his name? Michael Graves got me to cry. Mike Judge got me to cry. There was a couple times. People get emotional. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. You know?
This has been a really good show, man. I've just been watching and like walking through memory lane with you guys. It has been good. It's way different when you're really bonded with someone like that, Drew. You know?
Yeah.
You can see the word coming across good.
Listen, I could have done three shows.
And I misspoke. I misspoke before. I said Slayer to him. I felt Biohazard had reached Metallica status at that point.
Right.
Our world, you know. So I wanted to correct that, Fupa.
Listen, the first time I met you ever was at a Biohazard show.
Maybe
it was in Asbury Park, and they were playing. What was that play? I met you in the bowling alley.
The Fast Lane.
Where they were playing with Sick of It All. And we went, I was with Biohazard, I went next door to the bowling alley, and you showed up and you had a bunch of stuff for them, and we bowled. And that's the first time I remember you. That was, Fast Lane, right.
Hard times, but good times too.
What year was that? 92 or 93 or something, right?
93. Yeah, the Fast Lane was a cool club, man. Everybody from, they all played. They all came through there, you know.
Wow, here's a photo I didn't post during the show. Here's a good one. It's at my brother's house in Venice, California. Evan Seinfeld, Dana Jones, who we grew up with, Danny, me, Billy, Ricky Mahler from Circus of Power, and my brother Evan. Wow, that's a good one. Yeah,
it really shows, man. You know, band of brothers can do these great things. You know, bands that are really tight like that and have that work ethic are like those are the bands we love the most. Man, it comes across in their music and their performance every time. You know,
bro, I was when I first started working with them, I was in awe of their work ethic and how, they were like, money came in, no one was arguing. They put it, okay, let's put it back they put everything back into the band. I was so used to dealing with fucking clowns that were in my band and other bands I worked with that were like, oh man, I want my share of the money, I want my fucking, it was just like, oh God.
There's a time to work and there's a time to play. It took me a long time to figure that out too, man. Business is business, pleasure's pleasure, man. Two different things, but yeah, it's been a great show. And I'm gonna put the call out. You know what Saturday is, people? Noon. It's going down. Rat Bones is taking the crown in the pit I'll see you in the pit. It's going to be epic. If you miss it and you're in the East Coast area and you miss next week, we don't want to hear you crying. Oh, wah, 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 wah. It is going down. Thompson Square Park, noon, April 24th. B&B, fucking Murphy's Law, Blood Clot, Madball, Wisdom and
James.
So, if you ain't there, don't even come around, man. It's on.
All right. Well said, man.
Yeah, brother. I'm starting up on Wednesday. I'll be in the park on Wednesday doing pre-sales on T-shirts.
Right. All right. I'll see you. I'll see you. You're coming on Wednesday anyway, right?
Man.
Yeah. Wait. You know what? While you're here, this Wednesday, boys and girls, as we're on the way out the door, Mr. Alex Mitchell from Circus of Power and Crucial Truth. This should be a great show. This show will be very rich in Lower East Side history and folklore, being that Alex lived down there and was a big part of that Lower East Side scene.
Cool dude. I've met him a few times. He's a fun guy, man. Good guy.
Larry Kelly says he's coming down from Boston.
Shout out to Larry Kelly, man.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. All right, Rad. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Shout out to everyone at Animal Abuse too, Jay and everybody down there. You're doing a really good thing down there in Jersey, and the shows are popping. So there's another one coming up. Maybe we have to go down there. Departed is doing a big record. And shout out to Doodah's Distro. Also, my brother Pat Doodah down there doing his thing. Right. He had the big 3 tables.
Yeah.
2 of all tables. That's Joe from Sicker Than Most and Pat Doodah from Departed, and they're in Departed now. Stick with that crew,
Talk to you later,
everybody, and we'll see you guys Wednesday. See you later, Drew.
All right. Well, there you go. That was the New York Hardcore Chronicles live. Great show. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Until then, on Wednesday, you know what? Where's my Fergora? I want to end this show with style, man. I want to put my Fergora on. I want to do it right. You know what I mean? Like this is about old school Biohazard Fergora I broke out. You know what I'm saying? That said, do good things and good things will come